6 easy ways to become an MVP. And by MVP, we mean most valuable parent. Like all of us, the parents of high school athletes tend to protect their children from adversity, or they overly involve themselves by advocating for their success. But when they do, they're negating the value of participating in high school sports. Among other lessons, high school sports teach teenagers to take nothing for granted, how to overcome obstacles, and that an extraordinary commitment of time and effort is required in order to reach goals and experience achievement. High school sports also encourage independence and self-sufficiency, attributes that are needed to be successful in life. It's natural for parents to love their children, and it's important to support them in as many ways as possible. With this in mind, here are 6 easy ways that you can be the MVP of your child's high school team. Number 1, attend your children's games as often as possible. Nothing demonstrates interest and involvement more than being there. And be sure to invite Grandma and Grandpa to come along with you. Number 2, cheer for all the kids on the team, not just your own. Here's a test for you. Do you know all of the players on your child's team? Could you say hello to them by their first name? Embracing the entire team is a great way to show that your interest is sincere. Number 3, be a resource for your child's team. Does a teammate need help with transportation? Is the team trying to raise money for new uniforms? Is someone needed to organize a pizza party before the tournament starts? Maybe you can help. Number 4, try not to criticize the coach or the officials in front of your child. Hey, you're human, and there may be times when you need to vent, but be careful when and to whom you do it. Criticizing the coaching staff undermines its credibility and tends to put your child in the middle. And games are seldom won or lost because of an official's call. Remember, coaches and officials are objective. Most parents are not. Empower your child to talk with the coach about concerns. Everybody wants more playing time, and understandably so. But encourage your children to have that conversation with their coaches instead of you doing it for them. Giving teenagers the confidence and conviction to speak up for themselves is one of the greatest benefits of participating in high school sports. Number 6, focus on the life lessons your children are learning, not on win-loss records or how many points they're scoring. According to the NC2A, only about 2% of all high school athletes win a sports scholarship, and the average value of it is less than $11,000. But every child will benefit from the lessons they've learned as a result of participating in high school sports for the rest of their lives. It's difficult being the parent of a high school athlete. There's far more emotion and social pressure involved than is ideal. But if you follow these 6 pointers, not only will your children love and respect you, but so will their teammates and coaches. And you might even be named MVP. Thank you for your support of high school athletics in Indiana. Stay tuned now. The Indiana SRN game is next. Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Good evening and welcome to the north side of Indianapolis. We are at Heritage Christian School It's only a balmy 28 degrees out tonight as we are here for the Sectional 38 championship between Heritage Christian and Scecina. Heritage Christian comes in at 10-1 and ranked number 7 according to my note card. Scecina Memorial comes in ranked number 11 and 8-3. My name is Sean Kroll. I will be your host for the pregame show here tonight, sponsored by Morales Group. Hey, if you like what you see with this pregame show, send an email to coach@indianasrn.org. Let us know what you think. It's something new we're trying. Hopefully it'll be a little warmer next time and maybe indoors for basketball as well. Again, I'm Sean Kroll. We're here. We have got 4 big games for you tonight on Indiana SRN. This is our webcast. We've got 3 others on audio, but there are sectional championships throughout the state of Indiana. A ton of football tonight on this cold, wintry-esque night here in Indiana. And I tell you what, the folks are fired up. I think Heritage Christian had the kind of same thought that I did. You know, they say black retains the heat, so we're as much black as possible. That's why Heritage Christian's wearing the black jerseys, see to retain the heat. I still don't know how these kids do it without the sleeves, but maybe I'm just old. So anyway, we are here, and we are excited at Indiana SRN to bring you this Sectional 38 championship. We're going to talk a little bit about the games that we've got here on the family of networks, and I am going to actually bring in a cohort and friend of mine, Brent Young. Brent will be doing color tonight on the game here at Heritage Christian. And Brent, you don't seem dressed for the outside much.
You know what I tell you, this outside weather, it feels like it's 90 degrees and sunny. Because when I look around and I look up at these trees, the ones that have leaves, those leaves are gone. The leaves are falling. It's championship football weather. Playoffs are upon us, and right now is the time where you're to win, win, win. Weather is nothing. This is all about winning, advancing, and surviving.
This is a game between a storied program in Scecina, coached by Ott Hurley, who's been here forever. I think my note card says 28 years. He's been unbelievable. Heritage Christian up and coming, 10-1, coached by Kyle Ray. They've got a lot of weapons on offense. Scecina relies on their defense. We'll get into it deeper when we bring in Charles Binberry, but opening thoughts you think on tonight's game?
You know, it's going to be about establishing the line of scrimmage, as most games are. Both these teams, they want to run the football. They want to run the football to set up the pass because, as you mentioned, a lot of playmakers on both sides. When it comes down to it, it's going to be, can you establish the line of scrimmage? Offensive and defensive lines, the strength of both of these would be up front, opening up holes for those star running backs on both sides.
Yeah, Heritage Christian has what I like to call the law firm of Milton, Brown, and Eckel. Harrison Eckel came back last week after injury. We'll talk more about them on the pregame. But interesting, you know, both teams in 2A have played a hefty schedule this year. This could be a really fun game tonight, one of the better ones in the area.
Yeah. Obviously, when you talk about sectional championship weekend, you're going to have a lot of great games around the area. But this is one to watch for. Of course, 2A teams. Scecina's been there as of late. Right now, it might be Heritage Christian, the team on the rise, like Scecina was the last couple of years. Could Scecina again try and do it against Heritage on Heritage home turf? It's going to be one of those games where it might be decided in the last quarter, in the last couple of minutes.
We've got 1A, 2A, 4A, and 6A. The 6A, Southport, has their work cut out for them. Ryan Lazon going up against Ben Davis. That's going to be a tough one for the Cardinals tonight.
Yeah, you know, but that's one of those games, it's house money game. You've got a team in Ben Davis who historically is one of the best teams. A couple of seasons ago had arguably the best team in Indiana high school football history. They still have players left from that team on this current team. Obviously not as good as that one was, but that's going to be a game where Southport's coming in thinking we have all the odds stacked up against us. It's time for us to go out, dominate, try and see if we can pull off the miracle upset.
Speaking of that Ben Davis team in 2017, the coach of that team, Mike Kirshner, is now the coach at Mount Vernon, who takes on Pendleton Heights. They're at Mount Vernon. When they played in the regular season, Pendleton Heights was getting ready to score with less than 30 seconds on the clock and fumbled, sealed the victory for Mount Vernon. That could be another close one, too.
You know, first off, Sean, what you just did there is called a segue. Fantastic job with the segue. But, yeah, it's going to be one of those where one team knows, hey, we were this close to winning during the regular season. The other team knows, hey, let's forget about that because we were this close to actually losing the ball game. So which team can come out and use that positive momentum? You might see the Marauders say, hey, guys, we did this. We held them. We had that one big turnover. And, of course, it could be a lot of Pendleton pushing against that, so it's going to be which team decides to hone it in and use their momentum in the right way.
One of the final squads that we've got here on Indian SRN is up for their first ever sectional title in 1A. The Traders Point Knights going up against a storied program in Lafayette Central Catholic who didn't play 1A school until sectional started. But the offensive output for Traders Point this postseason has been tremendous.
Yeah, and, I'm going to bust out the phone for this one. I apologize if you guys don't enjoy that. 2019, everyone's got their phones on them, but I've got something important to read here. Mr. Kai Johnson, in the postseason, you're talking about 19 carries for 389 yards and 8 touchdowns. That's just rushing the football. Then he had 2 pick sixes. That's 2 additional touchdowns if you're keeping track at home. And he finished it off with a punt return for a touchdown as well. That is called a PTPer. He plays all over the field. And in the class of 1A and 2A, big-time players make big-time plays on the biggest stages. We're going to say that a lot tonight.
And if you try and focus on Kai Johnson, guess what happens? As we had fun there. David Hart will get you with the run-pass option at quarterback. He's rushed for almost 1,000 yards this year and a bunch of touchdowns. Thank you so much for joining me, Brent. Why don't you go up and get warm in the old booth there?
I'm the one that's warm. You're the one that needs to get warm. So, hey, let's go. Big-time football here.
There you have it, the 4 SRN games for tonight. We've got Southport, Ben Davis on audio. We've got Traders Point and Lafayette Central Catholic on audio only as well. And then finally Mount Vernon hosting Pendleton Heights on audio as well. But you want to stay right here for this 2A clash between the Heritage Christian Eagles 10-1 taking on the Scecina Memorial Crusaders at 8-3 right here on Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game, but you're in the warmth and I'm in the cold. But you know what? I love it. This is fantastic weather. Right here, Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
If you find yourself confronted by unwanted pests in your home or office, then you need to contact the professionals at Kim Mountain Pest Control. We offer quality pest control solutions at an affordable price. We specialize in ants and termites. We're also available to handle a variety of other pests, including roaches, fleas, and flying insects, as well as rats and mice. Don't wait until pests cause severe damage to your home or property. Contact the team of experts at Kim Mountain Pest Control today.
When Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage. Logan Street signs and banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
Once again, it is the Sectional Championship pregame show right here on Indiana SRN. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Sean Kroll. Thank you to Jerry Collins. Charles Benberry and Brent Young will have the game for you a little bit later. It is a 7:35 start tonight. We have one of the later starts, which is why we're doing the pregame show here. If you like what you see, again, coach at indianasrn.org. He is up at the IHSAA volleyball banquet before the state finals tomorrow in Muncie. Hey, there are a ton of area teams that are in play for the sectional championships tonight. So let's cover a few of them and see what we got. Let's start in 6A. Westfield, 6-4, going to Carmel at 7-3. Jake Gilbert has done a fantastic job with the Westfield Shamrocks. They went and beat Fishers last week, 42-14. Fishers has one of the best defenses in the state of Indiana, and they put up 42 points on them. Do not be surprised in the least if Westfield pulls off of the shocker there, as Carmel is favored by 1, according to John Harrell. Another sectional, Sectional 5, Brownsburg, after pulling off the huge upset, knocking off number 1 and undefeated Avon, gets to go to Zionsville tonight. Brownsburg is coached by John Hart. You know, Brownsburg's looking for their first sectional title since 2009. It has been a long time. If they can beat Zionsville, they can do it. Zionsville had won 3 sectionals in a row before 2018, but that's when they were 5A. Now that they're in 6A, it's a whole different story. But the Eagles have things ready to roll tonight for them in 6A. A couple more 6A for you. Lawrence North at Warren Central. Lawrence North, Johnny Harrell's website only goes back to 1994. 0 sectional titles for Lawrence North, but they've got a tall task ahead of them in taking on Warren Central, who lost the sectional in 2017 to Ben Davis, and then the previous time they lost sectional was in 2012 to Lawrence Central. Warren Central beat North Central last week. Lawrence North beat Lawrence Central in 6A. In Sectional 8, Franklin Central. In a new sectional, they kind of moved to a different sectional. They're working on Center Grove at Center Grove. We all know what Eric Moore has done down in the southern part of the Indianapolis area. Franklin Central does not have any sectional titles before 1994 either, looking for their first. Semi-state loss for Center Grove last year to Warren Central. They're primed and ready to go. They're looking for their 9th, yes, you heard that right, 9th consecutive sectional title for the Trojans of Center Grove. Here in 5A, as I'm throwing my cards everywhere, I don't know where else to put them. Big game tonight, rematch of last year's sectional final, sectional 13, Decatur Central at Cathedral. Cathedral was ready to go last year. Decatur Central and the Tracy brothers knocked them off, rode that momentum all the way to the state championship where they lost to New Palestine. Can they beat Cathedral again this year at Cathedral? That's a tall order for them. The winner of that game gets to take on the winner of Franklin. What a great story with Chris Cole and Franklin. 8-2 this year. Franklin has not had a sectional win, period. Not even the sectional final, but a period win in sectional since 2012. But now they have to go to New Pal and take on Kyle Ralph and the Dragons, who we all know won the state title last year. The winners of those 2 matchups are going to have an unbelievable regional game going for them. Kyle Ralph has lost 2 sectional games, period, in 7 years. That's quite a record for you in 5A. In 4A, we've got some other ones. We've got Mississinawa at Marion. Marion made it all the way to the semi-state last year where they lost to Evansville Central. Mississinawa won their last sectional in 2017. Kurt Funk doing a great job at Mississinawa. Sectional 22 with Lebanon at 5-5. Their last sectional title was 1997, and they may be playing the absolute hottest team in the Indianapolis area right now, and that is Roncalli. Roncalli has won 5 games in a row. They were 1-5. They're now 6-5, and they're hosting Lebanon tonight. Do not count out the Trojans when it comes to the 4A title, because he has got them, Scott Marsh has got them playing. We had the Guerin Catholic game on our airwaves, and I'll tell you what, they punched Guerin Catholic in the mouth, and Guerin Catholic did not know what hit them. That was a very impressive performance from the Roncalli Rebels. The other 4A one is East Central. 11-0. I almost went to 2018, but they've won 4 consecutive sectional titles, but they're in a different sectional next year, having to travel up to Mooresville, coached by Mike Gillen. East Central was in the state championship game last year. Mooresville won the sectional last year, but they had lost in the regional round to Marion. Mooresville 9-2 again. They've played a difficult schedule. This could be a really good game and a kind of a measuring stick for East Central, because they kind of played down in the southern regions of the state. A lot of people don't hear about them, the Trojans. Mooresville is really, really good and really well coached. Mike Gillen, you ready for this? 23-13 in his 3rd year at Mooresville, 328 and 130 in his 41st year coaching. Mike Gillen, what a fantastic story, what he's done with the Pioneers down in Mooresville. Hey, if you like us, Indiana SRN has all kinds of social media presence. Obviously, we're on YouTube. Maybe you're watching us on our website. We have our Twitter at Indiana SRN. And if you like what you hear, hey, give us a shout out on the Twitter bot. Also, I'll be keeping up to date. I'll be checking Twitter throughout the game. If you have any scores you want to send our way, please do it. By the way, we're getting close. Our 1,000th follower wins a $55 gift card to Aspen Creek Grill in the north side of town, which, by the way, is fantastic. How about some 3A? What could be the game of the night? West Lafayette, 9-2, defending state champion, going to Bishop Chittard, who is 10-1, won 3 out of their last 4, and is one of the best teams in the state of Indiana. I firmly believe the winner of this game between those two will win the Class 3A state championship. That's how good both these teams are. And West Lafayette got quite the test last week at Guerin Catholic. Bishop Chichard knows Guerin Catholic very, very well, so it's going to be really interesting how that works out. The other sectional 29, Ritter 7-4 at Danville 6-5. Danville's actually favored in this game because of the schedule that they've played. It's going to be really interesting. They lost in semi-state in 2017. They actually beat Chittard in the regional to get to semi-state. So that's going to be a real interesting game real quick. Let me see if our camera guy here can maybe get a little turn and maybe get some of the crowd in this. What do you think? Should we get maybe the cheerleaders? Can we get the cheerleaders and the crowd in here? Let's see what we can do. Let's move around here. I don't want to walk too fast. I know I got fast feet. See if we can get the cheerleaders' attention here as we go. Hey cheerleaders! Hey cheerleaders! Hey cheerleader! Obviously, an old married guy doesn't do very well getting the attention of high school cheerleaders, even though I'm a high school coach. We got the Heritage Christian cheerleaders here, as you can see. You see the crowd behind us. They're excited and they're ready to go. As you can see, they're getting ready to bring the Eagles out. Maybe we'll turn a little that way as they got the smoke going here for the introduction of the teams. Let's finish these real quick here, as you've got Western Boone in sectional 37, 10-1, taking on South Vermilion. Western Boone, the defending state champion. That's going to be a good game for them. Triton Central in sectional 39 is going all the way to Providence to play a game. I'll tell you what, Tim Abel does a great job at Triton Central. They're looking for their first sectional win since 2014, and that's fantastic. Finally, we got one more to go. It is Park Tudor at Lutheran. Boy, oh boy! If you want seeding, this is the game that you want, because Park Tudor's 3-7, Lutheran ranked number 1, 10-0. John Harrell thinks Lutheran was going to win by 45. We are going to have a fantastic game here for you tonight. Stay with us. Again, when we come back, we're going to talk with Brent and Charles about this game, break it down a little bit more, and then we'll have the pregame. This is going to be an unbelievable football game. Again, if you like this pregame show, sponsored by Morales Group, by the way, check them out. Let us know. Coach@IndianaSRN.org. Tweet us at IndianaSRN. Facebook, Indiana Sports Radio Network. You'll hear it all night long. We're out there. We want to bring your kids to the World Wide Web so we can show what they can do on the fields of play in all sports across the state of Indiana. You're watching Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Your home and office make up a big part of your world. Sometimes trying to manage it all on your own can make you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. And when the weight of the world is on your shoulders, you need a strong back or two to come to your rescue and haul your stress away. You need the College Hunks. Whether it's time to clear some space for new memories, to reinvent the room around you, or to simply pack up and move into a fresh new beginning, you can count on the Hunks to bear your burden so you don't have to. Let us move you today.
Life comes at you fast, so it's important to have some help along the way.
Ah, my favorite patient. Ah, my favorite patient.
When the dust settles, it doesn't always end as anticipated. Embrace the journey and care for the ones around you.
My favorite patient.
For everything else and every stage in between,
my favorite patient.
Methodist Sports Medicine is here for you.
I think the best thing that our ministry offers is that when the women come in and they are pregnant and they've reached our scan dates, which are 6 weeks, 4 days to 14 weeks, we're able to image them with ultrasound.
Seeing the image on the screen and hearing a heartbeat clarifies that it is truly life and not just a clump of cells.
You can see babies sucking their thumbs. You can see them running their hands over their head.
It shows them what God is doing on the inside that they don't feel or don't even think is real, but they see a real image of a real baby on the screen.
It just breaks my heart when a woman, no matter what her circumstances are, that she decides to end that intrauterine pregnancy, that she decides that she's better to go on her own without that baby.
Once again, we are live from Heritage Christian Sectional 38 Championship pregame show, sponsored by Morales Group. Real quick, we've already got a couple of updates. Midway through the first quarter, Ben Davis up on Southport 13-0. Traders Point up on Lafayette Central Catholic 3-0. Stay here for the Sectional 38 Championship, number 7 Heritage Christian, number 11 Scecina Memorial. My name is Sean Crawl. Thank you so much for allowing me to come into your homes or on your phones or tablets tonight. This was a lot of fun. But right now, I'm going to send it up to the two guys calling the game tonight, Charles Benberry and Brent Young. Gentlemen, take it away.
Hey, what's going on, Sean? Hopefully you're staying a little warm down there. We got the nice warm press box here, so
thanks for rubbing it in. I'm going to grab some food, though.
Hey, that you do have that advantage over us, though. But welcome to Heritage Christian. That was Sean Kroll, sideline reporting for tonight, alongside Brent Young. I am Charles Benberry. Once again, thank you for joining us in this Sectional 38 matchup between the Scecina Crusaders and the Heritage Christian Eagles. And Brent, boy, do we have a game here today. Scecina 8-3, Heritage Christian 10-1, and you know, both of these teams have had obviously different paths leading to this sectional play here, but, you know, so many playmakers on both sides of the ball. It's going to be a great matchup, I believe.
Yeah, it really is. You know, this is a game where you kind of have one team is going to try and, you know, exact a little bit of a revenge from last year's sectional game, and that is, of course, Heritage Christian. And then the other team, Scecina, who's had a lot of success recently, is going to try and continue that success in the game today. It's two teams that, you know, even though they didn't play throughout the regular season, they know each other pretty well.
Yeah.
You know, they're familiar with each other. They know that this is the path it's going to take to get to regionals. And, of course, in this championship game, it's going to be one or two big plays or one or two big moments that's really going to turn the tide. It's two really even teams, two teams that have you mentioned played difficult schedules. You know, some mostly littered with a lot of 2A schools, but still some bigger time competition. And both teams have been able to try and wiggle their way through the sectional as well. Just domination for Scecina, and then of course Heritage Christian finding their way through as well. But it's two teams that are in the top 10 in the class of 2A. So the winners of this game tonight they've got to be continuing to think week by week, let's just make it through and continue on our way all the way down to Lucas Oil.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about Scecina just a little bit. They come in 8-3 in 2A. Their coach, Ott Hurl, 200 and 134, won his 200th game last week, and he's 201 and 143 in his 30th year. So, you know, coaching experience obviously does lean on the side of Scecina. Mm-hmm. You know, in their tournament history, they're 69 and 32 in school history. They've won sectionals 11 times, 7-time regional champs, 4-time semi-state champs, and a 2-time state championship for Scecina. And they've got, you know, a couple guys on offense that are playmakers, if you like to say. We'll start off with their quarterback, Luke Traylor, who's had an okay year for quarterbacks, I would say. He's thrown just over 1,100 yards. Hasn't thrown many touchdowns, 10 touchdowns, but I think the key number for him is 8 interceptions. Hasn't really taken care of the ball. He's going to have to do that tonight if they're going to want to get a victory today.
And then, you know, of course, you also think about the playmakers that he has around him. As you mentioned, of course, when you don't really throw too many touchdown passes in comparison to interceptions, you've got to have one or two security blankets, if you will, and one of those is, of course, David Baker, the senior heading to IU next year, a really good wide receiver. A lot of different colleges were all over this young man, 6'2", 195. He's going to get a couple of big plays in every single game that he's a part of. So this is a chance for Baker to really come out and kind of have a giant game. He's had about half of every single stat that Traylor has had on the season. And, you know, you're looking at 409 yards and 6 of those 10 touchdowns. So it's going to be a player on the outside at the receiving position that, of course, this Heritage Christian team is going to have a lot of focus on just trying to shut him down.
And I think if Traylor struggles a little bit and David Baker might not be getting the football, you're going to go to your other guy who's their running back, Tyshawn Woods, who's having a sensational year so far, 1,700 yards. He's 11th in the state in rushing, 10th in touchdowns. He has 24 touchdowns, 10 100-plus yards gain for the year, and 177 total carries for Tyshawn Woods. I think he's going to be the main guy that Heritage Christian's going to have to slow down, and I think Scecina is going to want to get him involved early.
Yeah, you know, we talked about it earlier in the pregame, was establish the line of scrimmage. Make sure that you are able to control the offensive and defensive lines, because these are two teams that want to run the football. They want to run the football first and foremost, set up the pass game. This is a Scecina team that is big time when it comes to running the football. You mentioned Tyshawn Woods, and we were down on the field talking to some of the coaches for Scecina as well. They got a big-time player back as well, and that's Daquan Stennis, who has had a couple of big carries throughout the playoffs. He was out for the season but came back for the postseason, so he's going to be another player to watch out for, and that's in the running game. So really controlling the line of scrimmage, because Heritage Christian is going to want to try and run the football, but the Scecina team is the team that's going to try and run the football first and foremost, and then open up the passing game going out to Baker.
Their last loss came October 11th. That was versus Lutheran. They won that in overtime, 21-14. Their last game they won against Shenandoah, 49-22. Now on the other side, the home team, Heritage Christian head coach Kyle Ray in his fourth year, 26-15. They're 10-1 and 2-8. Their tournament history, not as well as Scecina, obviously, 21-16, two-time sectional championship, two-time regional champs, two-time semi-state, and they won state back in 2008, and they've got a great shot of doing that again today if they can continue to do exactly what they do, and that's get the ball in the hands of their running back, Colton Brown.
Yeah, and this is a team, as we mentioned it as well on Scecina's side. If you can establish a run early and really take control of what's happening as far as the ground game, you're going to have a chance to really kind of just control the game as a whole. And, Colton Brown is a player that can really get things going, can pick up chunk yardage, but can also grind it out, as we've seen throughout the entire season covering Heritage Christian as they come out. That is an awesome come out. You don't see that much coming out of a smoke screen. It's got me fired up here. But, this is a team that wants to establish the run to open up the pass. I feel like we're talking about two, broken record on both sides. But, Colton Brown, of course, is a PTPer within himself. Look out for him to have a big game to try and carry Heritage Christian to the victory.
And, the one who touches the ball the most in any team is the quarterback, and that's Max Milton this year. 15th in the state in passing with 2,171 yards. He's thrown 28 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. So difference of two quarterbacks. Heritage Christian's quarterback seems to take care of the football while throwing a bunch of touchdowns, and he finds his favorite target, and that's wide receiver Harrison Eckel.
Yeah, Harrison Eckel, also a really good basketball player. So, when you have someone like that can really dominate things in basketball, there's going to be a big-time football player as well.
Well, we're just about ready for kickoff here. When we come back, we will have Sectional 38 play between the Scecina Crusaders, who come into this matchup at 8-3, against the Heritage Christian Eagles at 10-1.
In today's fast-moving business world, effectively marketing your company takes hard work, creativity, and the right team. With over 40 years of experience, PIP has been enabling companies large and small to find success in achieving their business objectives. We understand the challenges our clients face. That's why we have a variety of print solutions suited to fit your every need. Whatever your printing request may be, from a quick turnaround on a company brochure for an upcoming trade show, a direct mail piece that needs to be designed, printed, and mailed, to complex marketing projects, PIP is sure to have the right print solution for you. Nothing grabs attention like a well-crafted sign. It can transform virtually any surface into an eye-catching experience, boosting your marketing appeal. From banners, posters, floor graphics, and window decals, to wayfinding and yard signs. We not only help with sign design and getting it installed, we also integrate them into your overall marketing strategy, designed to help you win. PIP also provides best-in-class integrated marketing solutions to help you make the most out of your next campaign. Our approach to marketing ensures that your strategy is seamlessly executed across all media, online and offline, so your business always looks its best. At PIP, we understand it takes a team to achieve business growth, and that's why we're here to help. Get to know PIP and let us make your world a better place.
And welcome back to Heritage Christian, where Sectional 38 play is just about underway against the Scecina Crusaders and the Heritage Christian Eagles. Alongside Brent Young and sideline reporter Sean Kroll, I am Charles Benberry, and we're getting ready for the coin toss here, Brent, which obviously means we're getting close to kickoff. So what are your keys to the game? I know you say run to set up the pass, but specifically, what are you looking for out of each team?
I'm looking for big plays. This is win or go home. This is a chance for one of these two teams to advance to a regional and try and go all the way to a state championship game. So, big-time plays is going to be the main key factor in this game. And whichever team makes the biggest plays, as far as whether it be an interception or a 30-yard-plus run or a long, deep pass. It doesn't have to be a touchdown necessarily, but just big plays that can swing momentum in your direction. That's going to carry you to victory, because these are two teams that are similar. They want to try and do the same thing. Whichever one can make the bigger plays is going to be the one that comes out on top.
Well, it is a balmy 28 degrees outside. Frigid. Luckily, we are up in the press box today. Scecina has won the coin toss. They elected to defer, so Heritage Christian will be getting the football first. Tonight's officiating crew, referee Rick Brown, umpire, is Craig Polican, linesman Mike Harlow, other line judge Drew Frawley, and the back judge Michael O'Connor. You see here, Brandon, the total stats, and it seems to be leaning towards you see Heritage Christian leads in total yards and passing yards, but that rushing yards for Scecina is 26-10, 2,610 yards, and yards per game, they're just about even, and then sacks and interceptions leaned Heritage Christian's way. So, Scecina has their work cut out for them, and Heritage Christian has a couple of playmakers on both sides of the ball. We didn't even get to mention their linebacking core of Peyton Brown, and also I believe they're I'm forgetting his name, Ethan Lowry. Ethan Lowry. So those two guys are going to be on the ball defensively. They're going to be chasing Luke Traylor in the backfield all night. But right now we are just about set for kickoff, doing the kicking duties for Heritage Christian. As we are underway, as Johnny Murphy puts it up into the air, and the ball is received at the 10-yard line, moving to his right. And now breaks a tackle all the way to the 30-yard line. Lost the ball, but I believe they're going to say he was down. That returned Nate Thompson, and that's where Max Milton's going to set up shop with good field position.
Yeah, that was actually close to going one of two ways. It looked like it was an opening to really have a big gainer on the right side, and then all of a sudden that shut down extremely quick, and then almost a strip by Travion Woods on the tackle. So, it could have been detrimental on both sides, but either way, it's going to be an exciting game. Here we are starting on offense.
We're going to be saying Travion Woods' name a lot. He lines up in that linebacking position at the 35-yard line. First tote is a quarterback keeper. A run to the other Brown, Peyton Brown. He gets a gain of about 5 on the first run play of the game.
Yeah, and right now it's just establishing. You don't want to have a 3-and-out. You want to be able to kind of let your defense sit back and get ready. Well, that's actually a game where both teams have a lot of players going both ways. So it's about getting ready and holding on to the time of possession.
Milton once again stands in the shotgun. He's going to take the snap again. And now after a gain of about 2 or 3, that was actually Colton Brown on the Wildcat seams formation. So we haven't seen the quarterback out there. We'll see if he maybe gets the tote here as we're faced with our first 3rd down and 3. And once again, Milton is not on the field. So interesting strategy here by Coach Ray, as that is Colton Brown, and now hands off to his brother, who lunges forward, trying to dive for the first down. Forward momentum might give him that first down. Where the ref is marked, I believe it is going to be a first down.
Yeah, he was able to burst forward. Initially was shut down behind the line of scrimmage, but this was a huge 3rd down conversion. If you give the ball over that quickly to Scecina, that's a giant momentum shift. Right now you're able to gain the first down, and it's just even leveled.
Max Milton still not on the field. We'll see if we can find any information on that. Right now doing the quarterback duties is Peyton Brown. He's going to keep it himself, rushes right up the middle, breaks a tackle. Here he goes at the 40, breaks another tackle, lunges inside the 35-yard line. Markham at the 34. Good run by Peyton Brown.
Huge run by Peyton Brown. And just, we continue to mention it. An interesting decision to go with a little bit, I don't want to call it trickery, because it's something that a lot of teams use these days. This is wildcat formation. But right now, it's maybe throwing Scecina off balance a little bit and just seeing run after run after run. Is it going to be a handoff? Big-time movement on this drive.
Shotgun formation once again. Now it's a direct snap to Colton Brown. He's going to rush to the right side, lowers his shoulder, tries to get to the 30. He's going to be tackled just short of that. Mark him at the 31. Gain of about 4. And here's that last run. You see Peyton Brown, his power, way to break tackles, and then his speed. Brent, he's got both. He's got the really good combination, him and his brother.
Yeah, it looked like a little elusiveness, was able to get out of the initial tackles. And if he wasn't tripped up a little bit, he might have been able to turn on the burners and pick up a big gain. But right now they're driving. This is an opportunity to get points on the opening possession. So you see the quarterback come out for the first time.
So, yeah, Max Milton finally heading out on the field. They have the ball inside of Scecina territory. Ball is at the 31-yard line after a good run by Colton Brown. Second down for Heritage Christian. Handoff is into Peyton Brown. Brown lowers his shoulder, gets close to that first down marker. Markham at the 28-yard line, so it's going to be a 3rd and short. And you mentioned third down conversion is key. You're going to have to make crucial third down conversion. I think you want to keep that Scecina offense off the field.
Definitely you want to. And also, I was expecting a deep ball right there. The first time seeing Milton come out onto the field at the quarterback position, I was thinking the play-action deep ball. Right now, you might actually see that. See if Echo might be lined up solo down low near us.
Single coverage on Eckel. Milton stands in the shotgun on a 3rd and about 3. And sets me a handoff to Colton Brown. Colton Brown can't break a tackle. He's going to be marked short of that first down marker. So 4th down and about 1. And Coach Colleray has an interesting decision here. Do you go for it or go for points?
Of course. And then, an interesting thing as well that I noticed, as we mentioned, of course, Harrison Eckel lined up on the near side, only solo receiver. Who's lined up opposite him? Mano with David Baker, the big-time wide receiver who also plays cornerback and leads the team in interceptions. So that's going to be a fun matchup to watch throughout the game.
Crucial 4th down for the Eagles. They have the ball inside Heritage Christian territory. Direct snap to Colton Brown. Colton Brown lunges and will get the first down. So a crucial 4th down conversion for Heritage Christian. The clock continues to move, and so do the Eagles.
Whether you get the first down by 5 yards or whether you get it by an inch, it's all about just moving the chains. That would have obviously brought up a difficult situation. Probably go for it on 4th. No need to even think about it now. They're moving the ball on the ground, and I expect them to continue that.
Milton back on the sideline, direct snap to Peyton Brown. It's a high snap. He gathers it into his chest, though, and will be stopped for a gain of about none. So quarterback-running back exchange, obviously something different going on with the center as their quarterback is down on the sidelines.
Yeah, you're used to a little bit of comfortability at this point, but when you start to run this little razzle-dazzle, the Wildcat, West Virginia made it famous. You guys all remember the wonderful Rich Rodriguez up and down the field they go. But you're seeing it right now on the field. This is the team that's putting in a ripple. They're trying to strike on this opening possession.
Both Browns in the backfield. It's going to be snapped to Colton. Colton gets to the edge, lowers his shoulder, breaks a tackle, and dives to the 15-yard line. Gain of about 6 there. So 3rd down and a manageable 2 for the Eagles.
And also remember, this is a cold game out there. It's a game where both of these teams they're ready to hit pads, they're ready to get going. And right now, when you continue to run the football, you're wearing down that Scecina defense, and you're leaving them a little off balance, not knowing what exactly to expect.
2 receivers, bottom of your screen, 1 to the top. Both Browns again in the backfield on the 3rd and 1. Colton will be the quarterback. He fumbles the snap. He's going to rush to his left, and that is a crucible snap there, and now it is a 4th down and long for the Eagles. You're in field goal territory. We'll see if they bring out the kicking unit, but it looks like Coach Ray is going to keep his offense on the field.
Yeah, he might actually he's going to try out the field goal unit, but that is the worst thing that you want to have happen on that drive is just, an inadvertent just hurt. It looked like running to catch the ball before he had it snapped to him was Brown, and it just flew over his head. Good job recovering that, trying to get some points.
Caleb King is the kicker for Heritage Christian. Going to be about a 35-yard field goal. And a high snap. The snap is down. It is blocked by Scecina. And Heritage Christian, all they can do is just jump on it. So a turn of events in the last 2 plays. Instead of getting points, Scecina sets up at the 35-yard line. And now we get the first look at this Scecina offense with Luke Traylor and Tyshawn Woods.
We talked about big plays in the pregame. That was a monster play. And who was it? None other than David Baker. I feel like I've said his name 10 times already. And now we're going to start to say a running back, Mr. Tyshawn Woods' name a lot. But right there, that was a fantastic job coming around the end and getting a hand on that kick. It was textbook. Great job getting the block. Right now, Heritage needs to buckle in, make sure that the rushing attack does not answer.
It's going to be a first pass for Scecina and none other than David Baker. Baker is going to be stopped maybe for a gain of 1, depending where the marking is. So the first completion of the game, passing-wise, goes to Scecina before gain of 1.
Yeah, interesting because we were expecting run from Scecina. They're the first team to throw the football. I expect they're going to go to the run.
Shotgun formation once again. Blitz coming from the outside, and Tyshawn Woods sees that, rushes to the right side, and again gets a gain of about 1 or 2. Pressure coming off the edge from Harrison Waltz.
Harrison Waltz is an unbelievable tackle because if Woods was able to break that, he might have had a lot of space around the side.
Hurry up offense for Scecina. Baker, bottom of your screen, sees single coverage. Here comes the blitz once again. It's going to be a pass to Baker. Baker makes a catch. Thompson can't make the tackle. He's inside Heritage Christian territory, inside the 40, 35-yard line. Big play for Scecina.
Yeah, a bad pass. Yeah, it was a quick hitch and the pass was late. But when you have a player like a wide receiver, David Baker, as you're seeing the starting lineup on the screen right now, David Baker, big-time player. He's going to go up and catch that ball at its highest peak. If you're the corner there, you just want to make sure you make the sound tackle.
Toss play to Woods off the right side. He's going to be in the backfield, and he's going to be tackled for a loss. Try to make a couple guys miss, and he couldn't do it. Here's the defensive lineup for Heritage Christian. Henderson, Doden, Salisbury, Thompson, or your linemen, Thomas and Waltz linebackers. Also Peyton Brown, Ethan Lowry, Schlomeyer, Gehrig, and Asbell. The defense is going to try to slow down this up-tempo Scecina offense so far, as we have another pass for Traylor on a screen pass, or a slant, that is in the hands of Woods. So another third down and medium for the Scecina offense. And again, the up-tempo seems to be working in their favor, and David Baker's a favorite target so far.
What a hit there. Nate Thompson, a giant hit put on. That was a great shot on Baker, make him thinking about the next catch.
Blitz once again, inside handoff to Woods. Woods lunges for the first down marker, loses it. They're going to say he's down. He's going to be marked short of the first down marker, So fourth down. Looks like Scecina is going to go for it here as they keep the quarterback, Traylor, in the shotgun formation. 3 receivers, bottom of your screen, 1 to the top. Fourth and about 1.
A chance for right now here to stop him.
And they will not stop him, as it's an inside handoff to the running back, Elijah Phillips. Phillips gets the first down, and this offense will stay on the field.
Yeah, and, you saw there, Woods was good. You would expect him to get the ball in the short yardage situation, just get the possession moving, move the chains.
Traylor is going to move to his left and now look to throw. Instead, he's going to keep it himself, and he is going to be knocked at that line of scrimmage and stood up there as he runs into a wall. Schlamer makes the tackle.
This is now a big play as we see Woods carries. Just an unbelievable season for him. 1,700 yards, already over it now. 24 touchdowns. We're going to continue to call his name and Baker, as we've seen already on this opening drive. It's just a 1-2 combo. And then, of course, another player that we got a big name on earlier was that Daquan Stennis. Watch out for Stennis to have a big game as well.
Second down and 10 for Scecina. They go with 4 receivers total, 2 at the top and bottom of your screen. Traylor's going to look right. He's going to throw right and has his pass complete to his receiver. That's Thomas DeFries. Tackled for about 2 or 3 yards, and again, another long third down for the Scecina team, but they seem to convert it over and over again.
Yeah, DeFries is the second best receiver on the team behind Baker. 20 receptions, 285 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Between Baker and DeFries, as you look at Luke Traylor, of course, we've mentioned him throughout the entire pregame. He is his favorite target is David Baker. He's got Thierry McCormick-Messer as well on the outside, along with Thomas DeFries. 3 receivers that are big-time players that want to take every catch they can and take it the distance.
On a long third down, Scecina opts to go with 2 in the backfield. Now they move him over to the left side. Traylor's going to throw the football. He won't be able to get that throw off, as none other than Ethan Lowry gobbles up the quarterback for a loss of about 8, and it's going to be a long 4th down for Scecina.
And you mentioned Ethan Lowry, and we saw the big play of the blocked field goal. This is the big play on this side, just coming through and having the ability to get the big sack, pushing them all the way back to a 4th down and 15. This is not a predicament that Scecina would have saw themselves in throughout the entire drive. They were able to pick up chunk plays. Now I would expect a little bit of a high pass. Try and find Baker on a deep route. Try and pick up the first down, obviously.
Colin Thompson also in on that tackle, as Scecina and Coach Ott Hurley will call a timeout. We'll go and take one with them. You're watching IHSAA football presented by the Indianapolis Colts.
Life comes at you fast, so it's important to have some help along the way.
Ah, my favorite patient. Ah, my favorite patient.
When the dust settles, it doesn't always end as anticipated. Embrace the journey and care for the ones around you.
My favorite patient.
For everything else and every stage in between,
My favorite patient.
Methodist Sports Medicine is here for you.
Parents, do you like free food? Hut, get on over to Prodigy Burger Bar, where Monday is family night and kids eat free. Every day you can find daily specials featuring craft burgers, tacos, wings, and more. Prodigy is now playing the NFL Sunday Ticket on more than 25 TVs, so you won't miss a second of your favorite teams. Prodigy also caters, hosts private events, as well as dine and donates. Celebrate your school spirit with us at Prodigy Burger Bar. More than just burgers, located in Clay Terrace in Carmel.
So on a 4th and long, Scecina will opt to go for it here. Trailer in the shotgun, takes the snap, looks to throw left, has the receiver open, and he overthrows his intended target. I believe that was Jamison Wellborn he was looking for, and he just could not find the arms of the outstretched receiver. Turnover on downs.
You know, I think that he was kind of expecting that the defense was going to float to Baker. He actually had Baker open over the middle. Could have lobbed it up to him. Instead, it's going to be a turnover on downs. Momentum now shifts back to the Eagles.
So on the first down for Heritage Christian, now Milton is in the game. And we have a report. We'll get it after this snap here of what they want to do that first play, and also some scores from Sean. We'll get to him right after this play as Milton looks to throw right. He is going to throw right. Has the receiver Peyton Brown. Brown again breaks a tackle, lunges for the first down. And Sean, you mentioned that it seemed like the offense really wanted to work that Wildcat to throw some different things at Scecina.
Wasn't hurt at all. Some really quick scores. Ben Davis up on Southport, 27-3. Lutheran up on Park Tudor, 21-0. Carmel up on Westfield, 21-0. And Chittard up on West Lafayette, 21-0. Kind of a common score.
Back to you guys.
And the handoff is there to Colton Brown, He gets to the line of scrimmage and will be stopped there for a second down. So we've seen one pass, for Heritage Christian. It was completed, but I feel like we mentioned in the pregame show, both teams are going to really want to run the football as we see Scecina's defense, they're going to want to stop both Browns tonight.
Yeah, the defense of Scecina, they are known to be able to stop and bottle up the opposing rushing. It's going to be can they contain the passes when they do decide to go through the air to Harrison Eckel. It's going to be an awesome watching Baker and Eckel down low.
Let's see if Eckel gets the look here as Milton scrambles to his right, throws. It is complete to none other than Nate Thompson, the second receiver on this team. He has the first down also. Interceptions is why Heritage Christian is where they are right now.
Opportunistic passing. He's able to find open players when he needs to. And right there you saw a great scramble drill. Did not freak out and decide to tuck and run. Was able to find an open receiver downfield.
Colton Brown makes a couple guys miss, breaks some tackles, tries to get to the 40-yard line. He'll be stopped a yard short from that. And Colton Brown, again, the engine on this Heritage Christian team. He's only a sophomore, Brent, but he's rushed for over 1,700 yards, 25 touchdowns, 156 per game. He's 9th in the state in rushing and 19th in the state in touchdowns with 22. So he is the engine. He's what makes this offense move.
Yeah, I was talking with you about him pregame. He looked like a senior as a freshman last year. He's going to be one of those players that just gets better with every game and every drive.
Just under a minute left here as a go route is intercepted, but a flag is down on the play for pass interference. It was intercepted by Scecina and Jamison Wellborn, but you saw Eckel there being held as he beat his defender, and that's going to be a first down, Heritage Christian.
Yeah, I was going to be flagged the entire time. It just breaking open, and it was actually a smart decision at first because the Scecina defender did not know that he had safety help over the top, because that would have been a big gainer if he just would have let him go. A good vision down the field, seeing the open man develop. But it's smart decision, but then now you look back at it, could have been another turnover and another big game flip.
And Milton's going to have to recognize that if there is safety help in the back on those go routes.
Yep.
I think Scecina knows, watching film, they love to run those vertical routes, so safety help might be at the top, so that's something Milton is going to have to look out for as Peyton Brown in motion from left to right, blitz coming up the middle. Colton Brown doesn't care. He's going to rush right up the middle, gain of about 4 or 5 yards on the run as he drags a couple defenders. And the way the clock and game clock is set up, they don't have to get a playoff here. We'll see if Heritage Christian will run another play.
We'll see here. They might have one more play that they're going to try and get off quickly, or maybe try and draw them off sides before they head in. If they've got a play that they're confident in, because this is a big second down, you want to set yourself up with 3rd and short. We'll see.
5-second difference between the game and the play clock. Heritage Christian set up like they're going to get one off. They do. Handoff, or a fake handoff, and it is just out the outstretched reach of Peyton Brown. So a play action pass there. 1 second left on the clock, and instead it's going to be a 3rd down and just about 7 for Heritage Christian.
Yeah, and of course we do have the clock on the field for us, but it's tough because there's no big scoreboard up there, so you got to be cognizant, being able to see, because the scoreboard is out right now here on the field. So it's going to be one of those where you got to kind of trust yourself to know time and score and location. But because right now that was an incomplete pass, one more play.
Ball is on the 25-yard line, 3rd down and long for Heritage Christian. Max Milton throws the screen pass out to Colton Brown. Colton Brown makes the guy miss at the 20. At the 15, lowers his shoulder to the 12-yard line. All important, has the 1st down, but a late flag is thrown on the field. We'll have to see what that is. As it stands, it is a 1st down Heritage Christian.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what the flag is. Is someone in the location of a hold? Yeah, Baker's saying go back.
So Baker thinks it's on Heritage Christian. We'll wait for the call from head referee Rick Brown.
Blocking the back, yeah. So blocking the back is going to bring it back from the spot of the foul. So it'll be another just 3rd down opportunity. And I know we've got a former official up here with us, and it's going to be an untimed down, I do believe.
And it is going to say 3rd down. So after the 1st down conversion, it's not going to come to fruition for the Eagles. Instead, it's going to be a 3rd and about 12 or 13. And you mentioned it is an untimed down. So the quarter is done, but since the penalty happened after the quarter was done, they were going to run this play here, and Milton decides to go empty in the backfield. 3 receivers top of your screen, 2 at the bottom. Milton's going to throw a quick pass to Peyton Brown, and Peyton Brown is wrapped up by the defender, by Luke Traylor, I believe that is, and that is how this 1st quarter ends. Score is tied 0-0. 2 evenly teams match. We'll see what happens in the 2nd quarter. You are watching IHSAA football on Indiana SRN, presented by the Colts.
How does a good man become even better? By working out? Or by working his way up the corporate ladder? By changing his diet? Or by changing his style? By traveling the world? Or by staying perfectly still? For 300 years, we've helped good men become the best versions of themselves through a dedicated fraternity and by taking an oath to live a life of integrity, service, and brotherly love. Men who are as committed to each other and their families as they are to our noble cause. In the end, we don't just make men better, we make them Masons. Not just a man, a Mason.
After 1, it is 0-0. Heritage Christian has the ball on a 4th down and long alongside Brent Young and sideline reporter Sean Kroll. I am Charles Benberry. Another 4th down conversion for Heritage Christian. They did not get it the first time. They're going to go for it again here as it is a nice pass. Unfortunately, it looks to be just short.
Very close. They got it. They got it.
That was to Gary and Sharp. They are going to give him the first down, so on a 4th and 13, a great throw, but an even better catch there by Gary and Sharp, and this Eagle offense stays on the field.
Yeah, just not a smart decision on the outside defensively. You try and undercut the route. You've got to just remember, hey, this is 4th down. I got to make sure he doesn't make it past the yard to gain. So you stand right there, and you just make sure you make the sure tackle after the catch.
Colton Brown gets the handoff. You see the vision there as he makes a couple guys miss. Lunges to the 10-yard line. He's going to be marked at the 11. So a gain of about 4 there.
Yeah, and right now inside the red zone, you see this happen a lot in high-pressure games. It's a shortened field. Look for Heritage to just continue to keep it on the ground because you don't want a tough pass that ends up being tipped at the line of scrimmage or something along those lines and gets intercepted.
Another inside handoff. This time it goes to Peyton Brown, and he is going to be gobbled up right in the middle. I believe that was tackle was done by Jackson Pruitt. And it's going to be a 3rd down and 5 for this Eagle offense, and another 3rd down conversion. They've done a nice job converting them, but they're going to have to convert one here inside the red zone.
And you've seen the rollout ability of Max Milton. This could be a good location to have him roll out to the far side. If he got an open crease to run the football, then tuck and run, or just a simple handoff up the middle. Wow.
3rd and 5, and Milton can get the snap. All he can do is jump on it. He's going to be pushed outside the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Yep.
So, again, Brent, that's the 2nd or 3rd time we've seen the snap-quarterback exchange has not done well in this cold weather. That has to be a factor for these players. And last time you tried to bring out the field goal unit, they got blocked, and we'll see if Coach Ray wants to go for another 4th down conversion.
Yeah, if I am Heritage Christian, I'm kicking a field goal here. Just the way this game's gone so far, it's been 2 teams going back and forth, but it seems like points are precious. And this is a situation where you've got a kicker that has enough foot. They lined up for a similar length field goal. There's no wind at all. They're going to take a timeout and talk about it a little bit more.
And they're going to have to think about it, which is what they want to do. Right now we have a report from Sean Kroll down on the sideline. Sean, what you got for us?
Is the fact that all the handoffs by Milton, he's had a chance to take the ball away, and they've run up the middle. Scecina's keyed on that. If you watch those plays, there's going to be a time where Milton's going to take that ball, and he's going to keep it himself, and he's going to have wide open because they're keying so much on Peyton Brown and what he does in the run game. One play by Milton on that, when he keeps it and doesn't hand it off, could spell big yardage for the Eagles.
And that's Max Milton has the ability to run the football. He's a mobile quarterback. So we'll have to see what they want to do here. But, again, an interesting call for Coach Ray. They were faced with a 4th and 13 on the same exact drive. They got it to Gary and Sharp on the sideline catch. And now after a muffed snap, you're faced with another 4th and long. And we mentioned it the last time they brought the field goal unit out, a high snap, and it was blocked. So, and you mentioned points could be precious because both teams seem to be pretty even so far, especially on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field, which is okay because it's similar to a punt. If you didn't pick up this much yardage to this point, it's difficult having a player like Baker come around the outside. So look for maybe one of those deep passes like we saw in the last play.
Empty backfield again, going to look for Colton Brown on the sideline. He makes the catch, but he was out of bounds. Did not get a foot in, and it's going to be another turnover on down. So both teams playing the field position game. That's sort of it would have been mostly like a punt, but instead he was out of bounds, and now Scecina is set up inside their own territory at the 22.
And no harm there. Simply is now you rely on your defense. Your defense came up with a couple of big plays, really stymie that drive that Scecina was able to build. And this is crazy with 10:01 left here in the first half. Scecina's only getting the ball for the 2nd time all game. That just shows you how both offenses have been able to move the football but not get all the way into the end zone.
Linebackers playing towards the line of scrimmage. It's a handoff. And you see just the escapability that Tyshawn Woods has. He made 3 guys miss. He's got a gain of about 3 or 4, but you just see how shifty that he is, and he uses that stiff arm pretty well.
Yeah, we're talking to Coach Kyle Ray before the game. He said, we want to eliminate the yak. We want to make sure that Woods isn't able to pick up the yards after contact. So, you saw all the initial contact at the line of scrimmage. Couldn't bring him down. He was able to lunge forward and pick up 4 yards.
David Baker, bottom of your screen. Trailer in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers also at the top of your screen. Inside handoff to Woods, and Woods makes that first guy miss, and there's the gang tackling that you talked about, Brent. That's what they want to do with Woods. Once one guy hits him, we need to swarm and tackle him. That time they did a good job of doing that, as it's now a 3rd down in what seems to be about 6 for the Scecina offense.
Yeah, big 3rd down play. We saw a similar one on the first drive, and it was a big gainer going to Baker after the catch. He was able to elude the first tackle and pick up some good yardage afterwards. So, look for them to go through the air here. They got Baker slotted in the slot. I imagine quick hitter to him.
Crowd is getting amped on this cold night here at Heritage Christian. Trailer's going to rush to his left side, and he throws it off but doesn't find a receiver, making the big hit. Ethan Lowry on the quarterback. They're going to say it was a forward pass. So it is 4th down for Scecina, and looks like we might get our first punt of the game, albeit from Scecina.
I'm not too sure about that play call. Either you go confidently with a run, or you have him settle in the pocket and try and find a player downfield. A rollout in that situation is good, but Heritage Christian knows it's coming. They know you've got the far field, and just a great job pursuit by the Heritage Christian defense.
And Lowry was a free blitzer on that play. That's why he got to the quarterback so quickly, and almost a blocked punt, but the punt does get away. Fair catch is taken and received at the 46-yard line. Heritage Christian wants a flag on the play for an interference by Schlamer, as he makes the fair catch, and now Heritage Christian is set up with pretty good field position, Brent. They haven't done much on the offensive end. This seems like Scecina, as Sean mentioned, has focused their attention on both the Brown brothers, and right now they're making Max Milton beat them with his arm.
Yeah, and Milton's going to have the opportunity to see if he can do something as well. It's been 2 tough snaps over the head to end both drives. One set up the field goal that got blocked. The other one set up the long 4th down that they had an incomplete pass on. So just a simple center to quarterback shotgun snap exchange.
Another handoff to Colton Brown right up the middle. He's going to get to the 49-yard line, so give him a gain of 2.
2nd and 7.
And it's going to be a 2nd down and long. Interesting that Harrison Eckel only has 1 target so far.
Right.
It did draw a pass interference on the play, but they seem to have – well, you mentioned you see the 2 safeties in the back, so they're rolling that safety for the help on Harrison Eckel. So Eckel's going to have to find a way to get open. We'll see if he's targeted on this play here. He's lined up at the top of your screen, as Milton does look that way, but instead he throws to Peyton Brown over the middle. It's going to be a 3rd and 1.
And you know what? So far in this drive, you've seen Baker not on the field. It's been a drive where obviously they want to give rest where they can have rest. So I take a shot to Harrison Eckel. Probably not here on 3rd and short. You want to pick up the 1st down. But when you have the opportunity to try and find Eckel on a deep ball or on something over the middle, I'm going to take that shot every single time.
Eckel will be lined up again, top of your screen. Gary and Sharp at the bottom. Milton shotgun formation, stands at the 50. Waits for the ball. He's going to keep it himself. And that is Peyton Brown, on the Wildcat. He's going to be marked close to that 1st down marker. The refs are going to say he is short. So a 4th down and 1 coming.
Yeah. And they're going to go for it. You saw confidence in the defense after that last drive. But, right now, Scecina is ready for the Wildcat. They know that when 4 is out of the game, it's going to be a run. And so, right in these situations where you just show your hand before it's even dealt, like right now, it's going to be a run, unless they set up some sort of a pass play for it. But it's going to be a run, and Scecina is going to try and bear down.
Linebackers playing line of scrimmage, and before the snap is done, 3 or 4 flags are thrown. It's going to be a false start on this offense, and that will bring out the punting unit.
Yeah, that's the typical false start on everyone but the center, because he just simply didn't snap it in time. So a tough play, but you saw it was going to be another run just right up the middle, and they could have probably picked up the 1st down, but you're going to start to see Scecina cheat a little bit when you bring out that Wildcat formation and try and really stop the run and just focus in on the backfield.
Caleb King will be in for the punting duties. And so on a 4th and 6, a low snap, and King does get the punt off in time. Scecina, and it's going to be a Good Heritage Christian roll inside the 10, rolling to the 8-yard line. Will it make it to the 7? It does make it to the 7, so a great punt there by Caleb King, and now Scecina deep in their own territory for their third possession,
Yeah, a little bit of a push with the hands, just a light tap it through. And you know what? This is a chance to now really bolster the defense and really come up with a stop to eliminate any chances of picking up a first down. And then all of a sudden you set yourself up with fantastic field position to try and get a score right between.
6:10 left in the second quarter. Alongside Brent Young and sideline reporter, I'm Charles Benberry. 0-0 is our score, as you see, as both teams defensively have played as well as any team so far in sectionals. As Traylor in the shotgun formation, another low snap, but Woods is going to get it, and he's going to be pushed all the way back to the goal line. They're going to say forward progress was stopped at the 5, so a loss of 2.
Yeah, and we talked about ad nauseum the line of scrimmage. Who can control the line of scrimmage? Right now it's Heritage with a very strong advantage up front, really stopping this Scecina push. And you're going to have to set up maybe a quick play action fake, try and find a quick pass if you're the Crusaders, because right now it's just the entire defensive line strapping up and making sure you have no running lanes.
I formation for Scecina this time. Trailer under center, 2 receivers top of your screen, low snap, and it's a fumble. Who's going to get on the ball? And it looks to be Scecina ball still, so very fortunate for the Crusaders there, as if Heritage Christian would have hopped on that, Brent, that would have been easy and great field position for the Eagles, Instead, it's going to be a third down and about 15.
Yeah, and right now is where if you're Scecina, you don't want to do anything where you hurt yourself. Just try and make sure that you don't have a fumble situation like you had on that previous play. Just pick up some yardage, bring out the punt team, and rely on the defense.
So on a 3rd and long, marked in their own 2-yard line, Scecina will look to take the snap. Quarterback gets it, hands off to Woods. Woods finds some lane on the right side, gets past the 10-yard line all the way to the 13-yard line. Still going to be short of that first down marker. And it looks like the punting unit is coming down on the field. Interesting, while that play was going on, Brent, I could see the center and quarterback for Heritage Christian working down there on the sideline, trying to perfect that snap because it's cost them a couple plays in this first half.
Yep, and you saw the play on first down, the play on second down, really just eliminate any chances of picking up the first down. So right now, we saw the punt previously for Scecina was tough. This one, another tough one.
Almost blocked, but it's going to go nowhere as it lands at the 25, gets a Scecina roll. It's going to go all the way to the 35-yard line. So fortunate it got that roll because it landed at the 20-yard line and rolled 15 yards for Scecina, but still Heritage Christian set up with, once again, really good field position, trying to put points on the board.
Yeah, so here is the last drive of the half is what you want. You want a drive that eats up pretty much all the clock, that you're able to get into the end zone. And with this field position, they were set up with the punt of their own, pinning them inside right at the 7-yard line. Now you set yourself up with fantastic opportunity to get some points right before half.
Zone run to Colton Brown on the outside. He finds some running room. None other than Woods defensively makes the tackle, but not after a gain of about 7 for Colton Brown, the best-looking run we've seen from Heritage Christian so far.
Yeah, and he's been able to pick up good yardage throughout the entire game. Really, he's not really had too many plays where he's been bottled up. You look at the first possession, they lost it with a rough snap. The possession after that, another rough snap. Right there, it was a false start on 4th down. They've been able to move the ball with great success.
Inside handoff once again to Colton Brown. He's going to be inside the 30. Mark him at the 29-yard line. Still going to be 2 yards short of that first down marker, so a 3rd down and short. And this is where that center quarterback exchange snap we saw working on the sideline. This is where it comes crucial because you need to convert this 3rd down and, like you mentioned, run some of this clock off and try to go in the half either up 3, 7, or tied at 0.
Yeah, on a play like this where you need to pick up 3.5 yards, I'm all about sticking with the run. Have it be 4-down territory, and if you set yourself up with a 4th and a half a yard, then so be it. I don't want to risk an incompletion.
Well, they are going to pass it as Milton's going to scroll to his left, looks to throw down the field, has a receiver open. Good catch by Nate Thompson. Caught that over the Scecina defender. Looked like he got it off his helmet, but more importantly, brought that into his chest and kept the foot in bounds on that sideline. First down, Heritage Christian.
I'm not a coach, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But Nate Thompson just had the catch of his life right there. That was a fantastic grab, soared through, got it at a size point. What a great catch. We see the replay right here. What a pass. A little bit behind him. He was able to adjust in the air and bring that in. Huge job picking up the first down. Now run a little bit more clock.
Thomas DeFries there defensively couldn't make the stop. Colton Brown tries to jump to the outside between the right guard and the center. He only finds a running room of 2 yards. So second down and about 8 with 2:30 to go here in the first.
It's imperative for Scecina right now to put them in a fourth down and pretty much goal situation on this drive, make them think about it again, and just hold them out of the end zone.
Milton elects to go 2 running backs in the backfield. He is going to pass the ball and has a go route to Peyton Brown. 10-5, dives to the end zone. Did he get in? Refs are saying stopped at the 1.
Wow. Very close. I thought he broke the plane and knocked the pylon over. That's a position where you call it a touchdown. I mean, if we can fire up it's one of those tough calls where we don't have replay. So the call that I call is going to be what stands. Could have stepped out, but right now at the 1 yard line, you'll take it.
Wildcat formation once again for Heritage Christian. It's Colton Brown. He's going to rush to the outside. He's going to lose about 3 yards on that play. And you mentioned when that Wildcat is in, it's going to be a run play, and that really gives Scecina the edge on that because you know what's coming.
Yeah, and in the Wildcat inside of the 5, I like a snap, and then instead of having your running back run and scream forward straight to the left, have him catch it, hesitate for a second, see if a hole opens up, then go. It's a little bit more of an option read, and it lets you survey the defense and make sure that you've got an open crease to just get it across the goal line.
Peyton Brown this time will take the snap, and again, he is going nowhere. Tackled at the 5, and it's going to be a third down. I think this Wildcat has not really worked in this first half. If you're Coach Kyle Ray, you do want to give them a different look, but you need to mix up. Maybe if with a Wildcat you do a pass instead of a run, and maybe that's what he's setting up to do.
Tyshawn Woods there, we call his name running the football right now. He had a huge tackle for loss, and just a resilient defensive play right now by Scecina. Back-to-back plays, being able to stop them behind the line of scrimmage. Pushing them back to a tough situation where it's 3rd and goal at the 6 yard line. They're going to talk about it.
Yeah, there's about 5 seconds there on the play clock, and Heritage Christian is going to call a timeout. We've got 43 seconds left. We're going to take a quick break, come back for those last 43. Will Heritage Christian knock the football in the end zone? Find out next here on Indiana SRN.
How does a good man become even better? By working out? Or by working his way up the corporate ladder? By changing his diet? Or by changing his style? By traveling the world? Or by staying perfectly still? For 300 years, we've helped good men become the best versions of themselves through a dedicated fraternity and by taking an oath to live a life of integrity, service, and brotherly love. Men who are as committed to each other and their families as they are to our noble cause. In the end, we don't just make men better, we make them Masons. Not just a man, a Mason.
43 seconds left to go. Our score is tied at 0 alongside Brent Young and our sideline reporter Sean Kroll. I am Charles Benberry. 3rd and goal for Heritage Christian. 2 run plays, 2 negative, and tackle for losses. And now we see Milton back in the game on a 3rd down. 3 receivers top of your screen. Gary and Sharp bottom of your screen. Milton's going to look left. Fade route for Sharp. Behind his back. It's easily caught. Touchdown, Eagles.
Wow. Just a back shoulder pass. A great strike knowing that it's coming, if you're the cornerback interior McCormick Messer, you got to know that. Look for back shoulder here. It's not going to be a fade from the 6-yard line. That's just too much space to give up. You got to look for the back shorter pass, and you can't throw it even better as Max Milton did. Just a quick strike, back shoulder, come back to it, and an easy catch. Just a great job cutting off the route and coming in for the reception.
And you saw the height difference there. Gary and Sharp stands at 6'3". The defender, Terry McCormick Messer, only 6 foot, so a 3-foot difference there as Caleb King puts his foot into the football right through the uprights. So with 38 seconds left, Heritage Christian strikes first 7-0. You're watching IHSAA sectional football on Indiana SRN presented by the Colts.
There's no greater anti-poverty measure than to give a person a job. That helps them start to change that trajectory.
Morales Group is a full-service staffing company that provides temporary labor in the Indianapolis, Central Indiana market.
It was a challenge that was given by my father. He wanted me to give back much more than I had been. Then I realized that when he said more, he wanted me to see how I could give more. And it wasn't just in money, but in time and in services. And that's how the Morales Group was created.
I started off at Morales Group as an intern. I interned for 3 years before going on full-time staff here. What I love most about Morales Group is that big family aspect. I come from a big family in Mexico, and since the company is continuously growing, I feel like there's always a new member of the family that I get to know.
We're willing to give. We're willing to serve others, and we're not expecting something in return.
Come talk to us. We would love to work with you.
A 5-yard go route to Gary and Sharp from Max Milton is our only score so far. 38 seconds left here in the second quarter. And, Brent, you mentioned it. Just a simple fade route, go route on that bottom side. But more importantly, Heritage Christian strikes first before half. So now Scecina, will they be content trying to move the ball down the field with all the timeouts, or to go into the half 7-0 and come back second half and get the football?
I think you obviously go with a run on that on the first possession, first play of the possession. And then after that, I'd kind of, offsides. This will be offsides against Heritage Christian. They're going to re-kick it 5 yards back. But, if I am Scecina, it's going to be a quick run. And if you pick up 15, 20 yards, you use a timeout, and then you do decide to go through the air. But, pushing them back 5 yards, and it looks like they were going to go for the squib kick there. If you're one of the up backs for Scecina, look for the squib kick and just try and run and get it. But you do see a replay of that touchdown reception. Looked like he was going to go quick and then just cut off the route, found him on the back shoulder. Just a great pass. I try and cut it off if you're the up back. Honestly, if I'm Heritage Christian, I'm kicking it deep as far as you can, because right now you can't manage to give up field position.
Yeah, if Scecina does get good field position, then you do decide to go for it and try to get points on the board. And this offsides on the kickoff does not help. So now instead of the 40 where you kick off, it's now being kicked off at the 35. And a special teams could be a key part into today's game. We've already seen a blocked kick. And the punting situation for both teams has not gone far. This time, everybody on field, it is a squib. And it is going to be taken at the 26-yard line, rush right up the middle. No, excuse me, that's David Baker to the outside. Makes a few guys miss and tries to reverse field. Fumbles the football. Ball is loose on the ground as Heritage Christian dive on it. Players bottom of the field. Scrambling forward, and it looks to be in the hands of Scecina. And it is, so very, very fortunate for Scecina that they hopped on the football there. David Baker seemed to just try to do a little too much there and almost cost them turnover, and Heritage Christian could have got more points.
Yeah, and also cost them 8 seconds off the clock. So, any chance to try and do anything. If you're David Baker, you just want to run straight forward with the ball. Try to dance and find something. I understand that. He's a PTPer, so he's going to try and make something happen. But, right there you got to just catch and go straight. If you don't have a crease, you go down and you save as much time as you can, because now 25 seconds, that's nothing.
Traylor is the quarterback. He's in the shotgun formation. Woods staying to his left. Woods will get the football, and Woods is going to be tackled at the 26-yard line, And that seems to be how this first half is going to end. They don't have to get another playoff if they don't want to, as we have 10 seconds left on the game clock. And that is going to be the last play of the half. So it is halftime here. Heritage Christian will go into half up 7-0 over Scecina. And this first half, Brent, really was about the defense. Both teams really wanted to run the football here. It is cold, so it is a little harder to catch the football, but Heritage Christian is the one who took advantage of the field position, completed a couple fourth downs on some fourth and longs, and striked right before the half, which was key, because now if this is a defensive battle, you're already up 7-0.
Yeah, and we saw the Wildcat formation to begin the game, and that's, slowly kind of broke down the defense a little bit of Scecina, and you started to see some big gains through the air, some opportunistic rollout and throws. Just great job by Max Milton, just being able to survey the defense and not really get too worked up and throw an ill-advised pass. He's playing like a senior, even though he's only a junior. He's making plays that you expect an upperclassman to make. So, just a smart decision by Max Milton, knowing, hey, I'm not going to start the football game. I'm going to come off the bench because we've got this little ripple that we're going to throw in. But I'm going to try and make every opportunity of what I can as we see another look at that touchdown pass. Just a great job finding him where nowhere near the defense can get to it, and just another good reception. But still, this is a game that's not decided, nowhere near decided. Scecina was able to have a couple of big strikes early. Hasn't really been able to get anything going, but they got a couple of players that can really break one big whenever they need to. So this is the game, 7-0, low scoring, but both offenses did have chances to put points on the board. But just so far, it's been Heritage Christian has been able to finally finish the job.
Well, coming in, we had a total of 3,416 rushing yards between both running backs, Tyshawn Woods and Colton Brown. Woods 11th in the state in rushing.
Right.
Averaging 154 per game, 10 touchdowns, or 10th in the state in touchdowns, with 24. Brown 9th in state in rushing, 19th in touchdowns with 22. And both of them have been bottled up so far here in this first half. Both teams have to find ways to get the ball in their best playmakers' hands.
Yeah, it's really been the defense of Heritage Christian being stout up front, but really stretching out, because what Woods likes to do is he likes to dance a little bit of shimmy, a little bit of shady in the area, and then try and really cut forward when he sees an opening. And a lot like Le'Veon Bell, a little Shady McCoy. We like talking about these big PTP NFL superstars, but he hasn't been able to really find those creases because it's been the swarming defense, as we talked about earlier in the game, the ability to really kind of collapse on him whenever he tries to find an open crease. So a really good job so far bottling up the rushing attack of Tyshawn Woods and really having the ability to try and make Traylor do it on his own.
7-0 is our halftime score. Coming up in our halftime show, Sean Kroll, we didn't let him get any heat, so he's still down there on the sidelines trying to stay warm, but he has your halftime show coming up in just a few minutes. Second half action is coming up. You are watching IHSAA football on Indiana SRN, presented by the Colts.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Oh, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Our family has been very happy working with Wallflower Pictures,
because they make sure that I get the acting skills that I need in this industry and the education that I need.
Wallflower Pictures supports UV's journey in the industry. They're very passionate about his growth, and they're very professional and attentive to our needs.
And I truly believe in the projects I've worked on, like For the Boys and The Walk.
We love working with Wallflower Pictures.
In athletics, we embrace the school's mission to glorify God, pursue excellence, and disciple students. This mission is at the core of who we are, driving our students and coaches to pursue athletics in a distinctive way that brings honor to Jesus Christ. Athletics teaches students about the value of competition, about teamwork and goal setting, about respect and hard work. The privilege of interscholastic athletic participation can be one of the most rewarding experiences in a student's life. The responsibility associated with this privilege can help the student athlete maintain proper perspective and serve as a reminder of what is truly important in life. We win through sports if we develop competitive and successful athletic teams and individuals. We win through life if we glorify God to be the best that we can be. As we build on our statewide reputation of athletic excellence that emphasizes sportsmanship and outreach, I look forward to seeing how God will continue to use Heritage Christian Athletics to impact our community.
The greatest thing ever said about mankind was that we were made in God's image.
The best thing for me about Heritage is that you form such close relationships with teachers and other students. It's just amazing for me to be walking down the hallway and to run into one of my old elementary school teachers, and they still remember my name. They'll come up and give me a big hug and be like, "Rachel, oh, how are you doing? Like, tell me about your life."
That's right. That's right.
We are integrating a biblical worldview into everything that we do here. Every class that we have, every relationship that's here on campus, every athletic activity, team, club, fine arts, that's part of the value proposition of discipleship here at Heritage. And how our faculty and staff speak into and pour into our student lives is so important. And you see that in so many ways. You see it obviously in the classroom, but you also see it with teachers who lead clubs, who are talking and tutoring with students after school, who really care about what's going on in our students' lives, and they're there to make a difference.
I am Heritage.
Heritage Christian.
I am Heritage. I am Heritage.
Every hurt and every sting, he has walked the suffering, he knows.
Hello, my name is Sean Kroll, and I've been a part of the Indiana SRN family for the last 9 years. Last year, we streamed a record 326 sporting events around Central Indiana. All the other guys broadcast basketball and football, but we at Indiana SRN also air volleyball, softball, baseball, and even golf. But we need your help. To continue our mission, please help us by contacting Coach at indianasrn.org. Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game. Welcome back to Heritage Christian School on the north side of Indianapolis. I am Sean Crawl here with some halftime scores in this cold night here in Indiana, as there is a lot of football going on around the state. We'll start with right here. As you can see, 7-0 Heritage Christian over Scecina at halftime. Our other games on Indiana SRN at halftime, Ben Davis leads Southport 43-3. In the third quarter, Pendleton Heights and Mount Vernon are tied at 7. And in the second quarter, Traders Point leads Lafayette Central Catholic 10-9. Again, those are the games also on Indiana SRN tonight. Let's check in on the rest of the state while we're at it. Unless otherwise noted, it is a halftime score. Carmel 28, Westfield nothing. Bloomington South and Castle tied at 6th in the second quarter. Decatur Central down to Cathedral 28-0. In the second quarter, Center Grove beating Franklin Central 49-7. Chittard 28, West Lafayette 14. Danville up on Ritter 13-3. Eastbrook beating Eastern of Greentown 28-6. In the second quarter, Lawrenceburg is beating Greensburg 14-0. West Lafayette Harrison leading McCutcheon 31-7. Lutheran beating Park Tudor 42-6. Now remember, the 35-point lead means some of these games will be in a running clock in the second half. Also at halftime, Marion leads Mississinawa 14-7. North Decatur and Milan are tied at 7 in the second quarter, as are East Central and Mooresville, both tied at 7. New Palestine leading Franklin 42-7 at halftime. An interesting 1A score, Park Heritage leading North Vermilion 26-21. Fort Wayne Concordia beating Peru 49-0. One of the lowest scoring games, actually probably the lowest scoring game because you can't get any lower than 0-0. Triton Central and Providence at halftime. Roncalli leading Lebanon 27-14. South Adams is leading Madison Grant 47-6. Another 2A team, the defending state champs, flexing their muscles as they're up 56-0 over South Vermilion at half. Lawrence North is down to Warren Central 20-0. And finally, Brownsburg is leading 28-17 in the second quarter at Zionsville. That is your halftime scoreboard. Don't forget, tomorrow we have got some basketball for you. We have got Covenant Christian ladies basketball for you at 3 p.m., I believe. And then we have got a webcast game, Heritage Christian and Scecina, these same two teams, girls basketball at 7 p.m. Jimmy Cook and I will be on the call. Quick update, Pendleton up on Mount Vernon 14-7, nearly the end of the third quarter. Why is those games ahead? This was a 7:35 start. Everything else was a 7 o'clock start around the state. So there you have it. We will be back. You are watching Indiana SRN on whichever platform you're watching it on, the website or YouTube. I got caught there for a second. It's the cold. My brain's not working as well. Maybe I'll get some warmth here in a little bit. It is Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
I think the best thing that our ministry offers is that when the women come in and they are pregnant and they've reached our scan dates, which are 6 weeks, 4 days to 14 weeks, we're able to image them with ultrasound.
Seeing the image on the screen and hearing a heartbeat clarifies that it is truly life and not just a clump of cells.
You know, you can see babies sucking their thumbs. You can see them running their hands over their head.
It shows them what God is doing on the inside that they don't feel or don't even think is real, but they see a real image of a real baby on the screen.
It just breaks my heart when a woman, no matter what her circumstances are, that she decides to end that intrauterine pregnancy, that she decides that she's better to go on her own without that baby.
We are back. As you can see, Heritage Christian leads Scecina at halftime. I am Sean Crawl with the halftime show. Kyle Ray there coming closer to the camera as they're getting set to start the second half. Charles Benberry and Brent Young will be back with you here in just a minute. We've got a few more minutes left on the halftime clock. Be interesting to see. I'm sure the guys talked about adjustments and what adjustments they may make at halftime for both squads. It's interesting down on the field here is from what I see at field level, do not be surprised at all if you see Milton keep the balls on some of those handoffs because it's wide open on that right side. They're keying on Peyton Brown for sure, and Colton Brown as well. And Scecina might try and get it more towards David Baker. It's going to be really interesting to see. Halftime adjustments are always crucial, so it will be interesting as the squads are warming up at on the field. You can see some jumping jacks there for Scecina. How was it down there, Brent? Was it cold for you?
No, it wasn't cold. Long line. Very, very long line at the concession stand.
A lot of steps.
Yeah, we got up here quick, and then they say, put you on. We're live. So we're here.
You're behind the curtain.
We're ready.
You're behind the curtain. I'm actually up in the booth. I'll be heading down to the sidelines here in a second as we get ready, and I will hand off to Charles here in a second. You guys have been doing a great job. Got the earphones in. It's great being down there, hearing the play-by-play while being at field level.
Yeah. And so when you're down there, you're able to take in the senses, and you look warm down there now. You look really warm.
Yeah. Well, that won't be for very long as I get ready to head down there as I get ready to start. So I will hand off. Good luck in the second half here, gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
And take her home.
We will. Thank you so much, Sean, as we get ready to start the second half here. And, it was a fun first half. It was a first half that was filled with a lot of big plays, whether it be a blocked field goal, whether it be some rough snaps. It was enough plays to make the right thing happen at the right time. And, I look forward to see what the second half brings and what exactly to expect when the kickoff happens and we begin to see what team's going to have the ability to really push forward and have a big second half.
Yep, and both teams are going to be doing pretty well, I think, in the second half. And, it was a close game. 7-0, obviously, is our score. Heritage Christian does lead over Scecina, and both teams want to get the ball running, but both defenses have been, harping on both running backs, Tyshawn Woods and Colton Brown, both bottled up in that first half. So it'll be interesting to see, Brent, if both teams can find ways to get both Brown brothers involved. I know Colton Brown and Peyton Brown have been doing the running and heavy lifting for Heritage Christian, and we saw that Wildcat offense in that first half, and it worked a little bit, obviously starting off, but Scecina kind of knew what was coming once they kept running that over and over and over again.
Exactly. So, of course, I look for at the beginning of the second half on offense for Scecina. It's going to be trying to establish a run, but I think they're going to be a lot more open to the passing game because you saw on their first big drive, there was a pass that really got them along the length of the field. And then, of course, the big sack really stymied that opening drive for the Crusaders. But I look for them to trying to establish a run, but be very open to passing the football as well.
So on a cold night, as you saw the halftime show by Sean, he finally got to come upstairs and warm up just a little bit. We're sending him right back down there to cover anything that happens on the sideline. And Scecina did win the coin toss. They deferred in the first half, so they will get the ball here to start off in the second. As the foot is in the football, and we are underway here in the third quarter as the ball will be taken at about the 15-yard line, and that's where very patiently the kick returner is going to try to get something going, but gang tackled by a bunch of Eagles there, and he's going to be pushed all the way back to the 24-yard line. That's where Luke Traylor in the first half had an okay first half, didn't throw any touchdowns or interceptions, but it was mostly in the hands of Tyshawn Woods. We'll see if they can get him involved in the passing if the run stop defense for Heritage Christian continues to excel like it did in the first.
And, you saw in that kickoff return as well, it's the dancing ability of Woods that we've heard about over and over again before coming into this football game. He just got completely just bottled up by not one, two, but three different defenders on the kickoff return team. They are really locked in to make sure he doesn't have anything going.
And now some trickery there. Here's the player that you mentioned, Brent, who could be making some big plays, and he just made three guys miss on Scecina, That was Daquan Stennis.
Yep.
made a couple guys miss on a trick replay. Looked like an outside toss
Yeah.
to Woods. Instead, it was an inside toss to Stennis.
Yeah, and that was actually a really good play by Heritage Christian, being able to put a hand on him in the backfield, because he would have made one or two people miss on the far side. He would have had a big gain. But as we saw, the elusiveness, the ability to escape the first tackle on that first drive.
And now we see the good big playability, and it is dropped by the IU product. David Baker had a touchdown in his hands, basically gifted to him. And you see the speed that he has, and the first deep threat that we've seen in this game so far. Traylor put a dime on his receiver but couldn't haul it in.
Yeah, and that was a perfect pass. You've got to – when you have a fantastic player like him, there's nothing between him and the end zone. He's going to walk in for the score there. Just a great job being able to stymie that. But they do pick up the first down with this pass completion. But, just the ability to make sure that you haul in the football. There's a lot of things going on. You're thinking about everything. This might be my last high school game, this, that, and the other.
Yep.
You got to remember the basics. Catch the ball first, then finish off the run.
Good-looking throw there from Traylor to McCormick Messer on that third down conversion, as Traylor now will set up shop in the shotgun formation. Quick throw to the left, and it is tipped at the line of scrimmage, looking for Baker on the far side, and it's going to be a second down. Good job. The defensive linemen love getting their hands on the football.
Yeah.
That time, did a nice job timing when that ball was going to be thrown and tipped it.
And Nate Thompson was really there for the pass defense. If that didn't get tipped, I think Thompson has a pick six waiting to happen. Look for a double move off of that now by Scecina. I don't know if they'll run it anytime soon, but it's maybe something to monitor.
Traylor looks to throw. Instead, he's going to keep it himself. He's going to be shoestring tackled at around the 36-yard line, gain of about 2. So make it 3rd down and 8, and we saw already a 3rd down conversion from this Scecina football team on this drive. We'll see if they can convert another one here.
Yeah, and we already also saw the big passing attack to begin the second half. We mentioned the running attack. There's nothing really going in that first half, a couple of good gains, but right now we're seeing the pass really start to open up.
Low snap. Traylor's going to throw to the right side, and it is completed but short of the first down. So it's going to be a 4th and about 3, and we'll see what Coach Hurley wants to do. It looks like they're going to bring the punting unit out.
Yeah, and that's a situation where they're throwing the football 4 yards short of the first down. That had no chance of getting a first down on that pass play. I think he was expecting a little bit of a pass rusher to come onto him late. But right there, you've got to find someone beyond the sticks. And of course, right now, Heritage is really being weary of a fake punt. Trying to keep a little bit of a look.
High snap, but it does get down, and the punt is away.
Wow.
And it is going to take a Heritage Christian bounce. And the ball is going to be marked down at the 32-yard line. That's where Heritage Christian will set up shop for their first drive. We saw the trickery, the deep plays from Scecina starting off this second half.
Right.
We'll see if Heritage Christian wants to open something up too. Maybe that first half was just setting up, run, and then we'll see some deeper passes as we saw Scecina do.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm just seeing, I'm going to keep that. Remember that deep ball was open to Baker. Keep that in your back pocket. But, I expect to see, with a little bit of a lead for Heritage Christian, not really too many distinct deep shots, kind of run to set it up just like you've been trying to do all season. And huge run here.
Outside zone play to Colton Brown, his first big run of the game. He's going to get all the way to the 47-yard line, And that zone run worked early in that first half for Heritage Christian, and now we see it starting off another good run from Colton Brown.
That was a huge carry off the right side. And just establishing that outside, both sides on the outside of the tackle. That wasn't, a little bit of a zone read, but a good handoff, just able to find that crease on the outside and take it for a big gain. That right there, though, will open up the deep ball. So now look to see a play action. Try and find something deep, whether you're on first or on second down.
Inside handoff, Colton Brown once again finds some running room and a big hole up the middle, gains of 7 yards on that carry. It's going to be a second down and 3, and they seem content getting Colton Brown the football, running the football, and there seems to be some bigger lanes opening up in this second half.
Yeah, and if you're able to just continue picking up chunks, right? This is a game where 14-0 could be literally enough that you need to win the ball game. With the way that it's been slow moving, the way that it's been able to pick up gains here and there, and only a 7-0 game, a score here could really do well, but that's a tough tackle for loss by the Crusaders.
And that time the inside run, Scecina saw it coming all the way, so it's going to be a third down and just about 4 or 5 yards for Heritage Christian, and I believe they're going to have to pass the ball here on third down. The first pass play from Milton. We'll see. Raymond Skill, Harrison Echo, only one target there in that first half, the best receiver that Heritage Christian has.
The way that the defense has played for the Eagles as well, this could be, pick up 4 yards, 3 yards, set yourself up in fourth down and go for it.
We'll see what Milton decides to do here on the third down. He instead he's going to toss to Colton Brown, cuts it right back up the middle, inside the 50 to the 46-yard line. He's still going to be short by 5 yards at least.
Yeah.
Colton Brown hobbling off, as you see in the middle of your screen, hobbling off a little bit. Punting unit comes on, so we'll have to see if Colton Brown's going to be okay. Knowing him, he doesn't want to come off the field in sectional play no matter what the injury is, so we'll monitor that, see if he comes back out in the second drive for Heritage Christian. Currently, it's going to be a 4th down and 5. Punting unit is out for Heritage Christian. Low snap, and this time the punt does get away. It will not be taken in, but again gets a Heritage Christian bounce. Now it will be taken, and he's going to be tackled inside, what would have been the 10-yard line. He dragged a defender 5 yards. On the receiving end was Terry McCormick Messer. So a nice shot from him, recognizing that he was getting a Heritage Christian bounce, decided to take it, and then you saw the effort drag the defender 5 yards for an extra 5.
Yeah, very smart play. And if Tyshawn Woods wasn't right there kind of standing in his way, he may have been able to take it around the left side and pick up a little bit more yardage. But, just a really smart decision, because we saw one of those where it got all the way down to the 7-yard line and got downed and set up that eventual scoring possession for the Heritage Christian Eagles. Look for a little bit heavier dose of run, and then I think they do take another deep shot for Baker.
And Baker had Thompson beat a lot. You see the safety help a little bit over there. Reed Garrick kind of shadowing Baker on the far side. Traylor will look to throw this time. Scrambles to his right on the screen. It is caught, and it will be tackled for a loss in the backfield. Maybe a gain of 0 depending where the refs want to spot the football, but that screen pass looked to be in the hands of Tyshawn Woods maybe, and it is going to be a no gain officially from the refs.
Just a really good job sniffing that out, because it looked like it was going to be set up pretty well, but you saw the defensive backs really notice that as a screen pass. They were able to come off of their own players and really bottle it up for a no gain.
Shotgun formation once again. We've seen Scecina throw the ball more. They're going to throw the ball once again here, and almost a pick six. Sam Asbell had the ball in his hands, and it went right through him. Trailer looking for Liam Wright, the tight end, and you mentioned that last time when the ball got deflected.
Yeah.
Scecina looking for that short pass, and the defensive backs for Heritage Christian are reading the quarterback's eyes.
Yeah.
And you're going to get a look at the replay here. He looked at the receiver the entire time, and Aswell just did a great job jumping on that football.
Yeah, and Trailer's too late on those. On those little swing, little bubble screens, you got to get it out quick. Right there, as you mentioned, just stared down his receiver, held on to it for a second too long. That allowed the defense to react and try and come up with the pick six.
So on a 3rd down and 10, Trailer's going to take a shot down the field, and it is almost intercepted once again. Scecina looking for flags. They're not going to get it. On the defense, Zach Schleimer, excuse me. That name is going to be the death of me. I promise I can't get that name, but he did a nice job defending Terry McCormick Messer, and it's going to be a 4th down.
Yeah, and right there, that was a boom play. Just a great job. Both players going for the ball at its highest point. Sure, the defender might have been there just a second, a tick too early, but the fact that he was going for the football instead of the man, no flag on the play, and now a huge play on the other way.
It is a blocked punt in the end zone. Heritage Christian does receive it, and that is going to be a touchdown. You can see the frustration on Tyshawn Woods saying jump on it to get a safety. Instead, they don't get it. Ethan Lowry, the guy who falls on the football, a late flag is thrown on the near side, but all in all, it will be a touchdown by the special teams for Heritage Christian.
We mentioned big plays are going to happen. This is a monster play. This is a play that, we started talking about, the previous play, what's going to be coming up soon. This could be the deciding play right here, as you see just a blocked punt. And right here, you got to bat it out of the back of the end zone. You got to just get that away from you. And you could tell Woods is very frustrated that he didn't do something about that.
I don't know if Woods realized that if it went out, I thought he was going to go out of bounds, the football.
Right.
And as long as he recovers it, it's only 2 points of safety. Yep. Instead, Ethan Lowry blocks the punt. He gets the punt, and he's also going to get 7 points on the board for Heritage Christian. Flag looked to be a sideline warning on Heritage Christian, so that will be enforced on the kickoff. King puts the foot into the football through the uprights, and good. 14-0. Our score, special teams doing its part. You are watching IHSAA sectional football on Indiana SRN, presented by the Colts.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
$14-0 is our score. 7 of those coming from the special teams of Heritage Christian. A blocked punt recovered by Ethan Lowry in the end zone, and it's now 14-0. 6:34 to go here in the third quarter. Alongside Brent Young and sideline reporter Sean Kroll, I am Charles Benberry. Right now, this has been a defensive game so far. We've seen more shots from Scecina here in the second half, but the defense from Heritage Christian is playing exceptionally well.
Yeah, they really are. And this is a monster drive for the Crusaders. Probably the drive of the season for them, because a 14-0 hole, the way that the offense has been moving is a tough return there.
And the kickoff return is going to be taken to the 26-yard line. You see Ethan Lowry here on the side, blocks the punt, and Woods really makes that. I mean, we should really mark this down, because if Scecina does come back or loses by a couple points, it could be because of this play. It's a 5-point difference between a safety and a touchdown that Woods gave up.
Just knock it out of the back of the end zone, eat that, take the safety. But the worst thing is you allow one mistake lead to another, a block kick, and then all of a sudden you allow them to recover it in the end zone.
This time a screen pass to Baker. Baker has a hole, but will be tackled. Nate Thompson on the defense. Ethan Lowry also there. And you mentioned that big play that Baker has. I do expect that deep ball to be thrown once again, because he can beat Thompson right off the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to bring safety help over, as you see that, the safety is kind of roaming over that way, Schlemeyer. As it is Woods in the backfield, breaks a tackle, but he lunges for that first down. Maybe going to be a gain of 0, maybe 1, depending where the refs want to mark it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 3rd and short.
Right now, I'd go back to the run. Too much of a gamble going through the air. Just got to pick up the first down, pick up first downs.
And a quick pass out to the far side, and it is incomplete. Looking for his intended receiver, Thomas DeFries. And as you mentioned the drive, this could be 4-down territory here. It's 4th down, and instead, Coach Otto Hurl is going to bring on the punting unit once again. So the big play, opportunity is there for Scecina, but they just haven't been able to find a way to move the chains here on any drive here in the second half.
Yeah, and I'm fine with the punt here, but you got to get a good punt off Now, don't get it blocked. That was close to being blocked again.
And Thompson on the return. That's not Thompson. I'm sorry. That was Zach Schlemer. And
that wasn't bad.
No. I would take the punt. You did have a 4th and 1, but now if Heritage Christian scores again, you really are in 4-down territory, kind of no matter where you are, because you need points.
Yep.
And with 5:23 left to go here in the third quarter, you can't find yourself down 21 points.
No. And also that's a situation where if you're able to kind of flip the field a little bit, you rely on your defense. Now you tell them, listen, we need you to get this one stop for us because we're going to get the ball back with probably a little bit of time left in the third quarter, but we're going to go into that fourth quarter down 2 scores, and we've got to capitalize on every possession.
Milton's going to hand off to Colton Brown right up the middle. He is going to gain maybe 2 yards on that play. So you see how Heritage Christian will continue to run the football. Colton Brown still limping just a little bit. He's still out on the field. We mentioned that it's probably going to be he doesn't want to come out of this game, especially in a sectional game. And, he's going to give everything he has for this team. He's done his part so far with a couple big gains. His team leads 14-0. And Milton had 15 seconds to get this play off. He finally breaks the huddle. 2 receivers top of your screen, 1 to the bottom. And that is Colton Brown standing to Milton's right. Milton was going to look left. Doesn't throw quite yet. Scrambles now just has to throw it away. Looking for Peyton Brown on the sideline, and it is incomplete. It's going to be a 3rd down and 8.
And a good reception by the coach on the sideline over here. Put on the Heisman, and it was a nice looking grab, but just a smart decision. His initial route that he wanted to find was the underneath route, and it was completely blanketed. It was a great play defensively by Calvin Connor of Scecina. So right now it's a huge 3rd down.
3rd down and 8. Milton was going to look to throw right now. A screen pass to Colton Brown. Brown cannot get out of the outstretched arms of Tyshawn Woods. We've called him his name all day. Loss of 2, 4th down and 10. And punting unit is on the field for Heritage Christian.
We mentioned Tyshawn Woods a lot on offense. He leads the team with 103 tackles. He's got 4.5 sacks on the season as well. So he really makes his mark on both sides of the football, and that was a monster tackle because if Brown is able to get out of that, shimmy his way through, he's going to pick up the 1st down and probably a lot more.
King with the punt almost blocked. He does fall down. No flag for running into the kicker. It gets another Heritage Christian bounce. Scecina will not return this, so it's going to be marked inside the 30 to the 28. And now the offense for Scecina, which has really halted since the first half. They had a couple plays, but they have really not been able to move the football throughout this entire game. They've really bottled up Tyshawn Woods as Heritage Christian's defense. They had a shot at a touchdown. David Baker dropped an easy touchdown, so we'll see if we see that big play here because Scecina needs points and needs it pretty quick.
Yeah, and the defense did their job for Scecina. You elect to go with the punt, and you're going to say, hey, defense, go ahead and give us a stop, give us the ball back. We're going to try and make something happen right before the end of the 3rd quarter and go into the 4th, only down by a touchdown.
Man in motion from right to left. It's going to be handoff to Woods, and he's going to be tackled at the 30-yard line, gain of about 2. And they're doing exactly what Coach Ray wanted to do, Brent. He mentioned to us, we take Tyshawn Woods out. He is their offense, and we want to gang tackle him. You saw that there. 3 guys all over Woods.
Yeah, and he's trying his hardest. Woods really is. He's shaking, he's baking, he's just not able to find anything because the defense is there waiting.
And before the play can get off, a flag is thrown around the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a false start on the offense, so make it now a 2nd and about 15.
Man, penalties are drive killers. There have not been a lot of penalties in tonight's game, but that is a big one because you set yourself up 2nd down and 8. Pick up a good yardage, set yourself up 3rd down and reasonable. Now you're stuck in a situation where you want to get back to the original line of scrimmage, if anything.
David Baker, bottom of your screen. He has single coverage against Nate Thompson. Trailer in the shotgun formation. He's going to look to throw the opposite way. Cannot get out of the hands of Ethan Lowry, sacked in the backfield. That's going to be, I believe, his 20th tackle for loss on the year. And now it's a 3rd and what seems forever for this Scecina offense.
It's hard to do anything when you have Ethan Lowry come through untouched. He is someone you got to account for, you got to point out, you got to make sure, hey, look, we got to get a body on Ethan Lowry. Right there, he came through unblemished and was able to just swing or down to Trailer. Trailer, a good job initially with the fake, tried to elude out of the pressure, but that was just a tough one to get out of.
Two receivers, bottom of your screen, to the top. Trailer in the shotgun formation. He takes a snap, looks David Baker's way. He's going to throw a bomb to Baker, and that is going to be incomplete. Looking for a deep pass. He kind of wanted a flag on the field and on the play. He doesn't get one. And Baker, slow to get up, jogs over to the sideline, and it's going to be a 4th down and forever.
So 4th down, just the huge penalty really just put a halt to the drive. And then aside from that, you go with the deep ball. Really, there's nothing else you could do with 3rd down to mile. And now with 4th down, you can't go for it in this situation. That was a big sack.
Punt is away this time as Heritage Christian does not want to return this. It's going to be marked at the 48 as it gets an extra yard or 2 on the roll. Heritage Christian once again is set up with great field position.
Fantastic punt. Really good punt. Was able to just sky that one and really to flip the field. He was standing on his own 10.
Yeah.
That was a good punt. But right now, you again are just putting a lot of faith in your defense. You saw them really step up and know that Heritage Christian was going to probably try and go with a rushing attack. You really took that away on 1st and 2nd down, forced a tough pass. So right here, look for the run again. But if I'm Heritage Christian, I'm treating this as if we're down, not up in the game.
Yep.
Try and move, get one more big drive.
First pass going to throw to Harrison Eckel, and Milton put a little too much on that football, overthrew his target Eckel, and it is going to be 2nd down.
And, just a lot of hand fighting on that play. Just good job defensively. You want to put a little bit more air underneath that. Let Eckel try and run underneath it instead. He kind of went a little bit more of a line drive on the pass.
Got a couple scores updates for you. Ben Davis defeats Southport 50-10 in the 4th quarter. Carmel leads 35-7 over Westfield. At half, Bloomington South 12, Castle 6. Cathedral at half is up over Decatur Central 28-0. Center Grove over Franklin Central 49-7. And Chittard is leading West Lafayette 35-14 as Colton Brown tries to run to the left side. And he gets a gain of about 1 yard there. We'll have to keep an eye on him, Brent, because he is still hobbling there, and he didn't look like himself on that run. And Heritage Christian cannot afford to lose Colton Brown.
We talked about how much of a warrior he is, but, if this game does wear on to the 4th quarter and they've still got a 14-0 lead, or if they add to it, I look to try and rest him and really look forward to next week because you're going to need him the rest of the way.
Winner of this game will play the winner between Western Boone and South Vermilion, as Milne with a nice strong throw over the middle goes through his receiver's hands, and it is going to be a 4th down for Heritage Christian. So both offenses here, Brent, have kind of stalled out just a little bit. A lot of 3-and-outs so far in this quarter, but since Heritage Christian does lead, it's playing into their favor because the defense is playing so well.
Yeah, you gotta really tip your cap off, though, to the defense on both sides. Sure, it's a lot of 3-and-outs, but it's because defenses are stopping the offense on 1st down, really setting up more difficult chances on 2nd and 3rd.
So another punt here for Caleb King. Another high snap, but he does get it off, but it doesn't go very far. It's going to land at the 40. Once again, get a Heritage Christian roll, and it is going to be downed at the 36-yard line. Get another look at this Scecina offense with Luke Traylor, David Baker, and Tyshawn Woods. And again, they have really not lived up to the hype so far in this game. Give credit to the defense of Heritage Christian, but we're not going to see them bottle up for long, as they're too good of players here for Scecina.
Exactly, and at some point, one of these playmakers on the Scecina side, they're going to bust one open. They're going to take a big gain for their squad. It's just what has happened all year, and it's not going to stay like this the whole time.
Fakes the bubble pass, looks for the post route, and it is incomplete. Try to make a nice one-handed catch was Terry McCormick Messer. You saw the post there. Good play action there from Traylor. He got the defender to bite on that to make it one-on-one coverage. Traylor just couldn't McCormick Messer just couldn't bring it in.
And the main thing of that is, they ran those bubble screens. They ran those, quick passes on the outside. And you saw Heritage Christian start to creep up and try and take those away. And one almost resulted in a pick six. That was a setup play there. You fake it and then try and find them over the middle. Just a bad pass overall.
And before the play is snapped. It's going to be a false start. Pick your choice between the wide receivers, between Baker, DeFries, and also Jamison Wellborn. All three moved before the ball was snapped, so a 5-yard penalty is now going to make it a 2nd down and about 15 for the Crusaders.
And yet again, just moving back after you start to move in the right way, it's just really hurting yourself. Instead of trying to push it forward, you're going backwards and due to the flags.
Trailer in the shotgun, looks to throw right, and he gets hit. Ethan Lowry hits him. The ball is loose. He gets the football at the 10-yard line. He has a blocked punt. He recovered it for a touchdown. He has a sack. He has a forced fumble, and now 2 fumble recoveries.
That's a giant play. That is a play that if you have to pick a player of the game, he's the player of the game. There's no doubt in my mind. That is a play that is made that needs to happen. As you watch it, just coming through again, just gets through the initial block. He doesn't even know it.
And that's the thing. Yeah, he didn't know the football was loose, looking at the sideline, getting the praise on sidelines, like, get the ball, get the ball.
He could have easily scooped and scored that if he would have known right away, but he thought that he got the pass off. Instead, he was able to get a great pressure. He's been doing it all night, and right there sets them up with a great opportunity to put this one away.
1st and goal for the Eagles as it's Colton Brown on the outside, and he's going to be tackled for a loss. And, yeah, he does not look the same, Brent. You can see that injury really is hampering him just a little bit. The defense there did a nice job getting to the sidelines, but he doesn't have that burst that he had in the first half.
I also don't like the stretch plays at this point. If you're going to run, try to go up the middle and find creases there, because these stretch plays right now, because Scecina's really locked in, they're going to try and spread you out and either get you all the way towards the end to the sidelines, or they're going to try and take you down to the backfield. Right there, you just saw some tough running. Now it's going to set you up with a difficult situation at 2nd and goal.
So it's going to be the 4th quarter with Heritage Christian set up with great field position and the lead 14-0. You're watching IHSAA sectional football on Indiana SRN, presented by the Colts.
Today's games brought to you by Shin Technology Service Corporation. Technology is about humans and not about machines. Dave and his crew has provided 27 years of software needs. Give them a call. Shin Technology Service Corporation. You may reach him by phone at 317-545-3650 or shintechnology.com. For more information, contact Dave, 317-545-3650.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
14-0 is our score. You see the crowd getting ready their I Believe chant as they, or the roller coaster, as they have a roller coaster ride to try to advance to this sectional championship. They have the advantage 14-0 over Scecina. They just need one more quarter to advance. 2nd down and 10. Milton looks to throw to the left. He's going to throw the fade route. Has the receiver open and incomplete. And no flag is thrown. He was looking for Nate Thompson in the corner of the end zone there. Good-looking play. Defense by Luke Traylor. And no pass interference call. Looked like he might have got there a little early and didn't turn his head around for the football.
And that's a hard pass to make. You're on the near hash and you're firing it all the way to the opposite corner of the end zone. That's a big arm throw, and you saw it there. If you would have let him a little bit more, you're asking a lot out of him. If you would have let him a little bit more, though, that was a streak into the end zone, would have been a score, but a little bit undercut, and a good job, though, by the offense, at least just coming through and trying to just make sure the ball doesn't get intercepted.
Empty backfield for Milton over the screen is easy. Touchdown, Heritage Christian. Good-looking play there from Heritage Christian. He spread everybody out, and Nate Thompson has the reception, and that is a good-looking throw there from Max Milton.
Yeah, and, it was a great set play again. You think about going around the outside. You think about with the swing pass. You see it set up looking like a bubble pass, and you just let those two receivers fake that they're going to block on the side and then just streak forward, and it's two streaks, and you find the inside seam. Great pass, knowing you've practiced that play over and over and over in practice this week, and you knew right now is the time to use it, and a great job on third down finding the end zone.
Low snap, but King puts the ball through the uprights, makes it a 21-0 lead. Heritage Christian, 11:50 away from advancing to sectional championships. Will Scecina come back? Find out next on Indiana SRN.
Today's games brought to you by Shen Technology Service Corporation. Technology is about humans and not about machines. Dave and his crew has provided 27 years of software needs. Give them a call. Shen Technology Service Corporation. You may reach him by phone at 317-545-3650 or shentechnology.com. For more information, contact Dave, 317-545-3650.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
A 8-yard screen pass, or a post route, from Milton to Thompson makes this a 21-0 lead. You got other scores around the league, and we're going to bring in Sean Kroll down on the sideline with a couple finals that have some good-looking games going on.
Yeah, thanks, Charles. As he said, the final scores we've got so far: Ben Davis defeated Southport 50-10. Carmel defeated Westfield 35-7. Center Grove defeated Franklin Central 49-14. New Palestine defeated Franklin 49-14. Fort Wayne Concordia beat Peru 56-0, and that's what we've got as finals so far tonight.
So those teams will be advancing to the sectional championships next week.
Regional
championships, And again, another flag is thrown on the play. I believe it's going to be an offsides on Heritage Christian. So next week is regionals. Winner of this game will play the winner of Western Boone and South Vermilion. Heritage Christian looking for their third sectional championship. Scecina is looking for their 12th. Right now they have a big hole to try to get their 12th as they're down 21-0 against Heritage Christian. And it wasn't offside, so that's the second offsides we've seen on the kickoff from Heritage Christian. Coach Ray cannot be too pleased about that, but with a 21-0 lead, he might let it slide just a little bit.
But also remember, Scecina didn't get here by chance. They are a good team. They're a top 10 team in the class of 2A. They've got a lot of firepower on offense. They could strike quickly and continue to make this a game, but a 21-0 hole, the way that tonight has gone so far, it's going to be really, really tough for them to dig out. But, a big kickoff return here, setting up a quick offensive strike, and anything could happen.
56-0 in Weibo over South Vermilion.
Low snap, and is going to be taken by Woods in the backfield. He's got some running room on the far side, and tackled down at the 25-yard line, just told by our sideline reporter. Western Boone beat South Vermilion 56, or it's halftime, but they have 56 points at half. So Western Boone putting up points, and right now it looks like they're going to be facing off against Heritage Christian, but we still have 11:41 to go here in the fourth quarter. And I would think if you're Scecina, that deep play you had to Baker is there. You have to kind of look for that here on this drive, especially down 21-0.
Yeah, you do. But also, Heritage Christian knows it's coming. So it's going to be tough to really find it the way that you had it earlier in the game.
Screen pass to Tyshawn Woods is going nowhere.
Guess who it was?
Guess who was in the backfield? Ethan Lowry makes a shoestring tackle at the 20-yard line. Had the same thought. Guess who made it?
Right.
And he's been all over the field. He's been the defensive leader.
He's extremely impressive. In fantastic size. Ethan Lowry, you look at him, he's a good 6'3", gets in the backfield in a hurry. He's able to make some plays on the outside. he is a prototypical defensive leader, and to have him on this team really is the rock of that defense. He's made giant plays to really help the Eagles out.
They're going to miss him next year as he is a senior. Traylor looks to throw again over the middle, and it is incomplete. Almost intercepted. Big hit on the receiver. He does get up. But all in all, it's going to be a third down, and those are one of those plays where you see it coming, and the defensive backs love those plays because they want to deliver that big hit, and they got to deliver there.
If that was intercepted, that would have been all she wrote. That would have been the end right there. But a little bit more life, but obviously a 3rd and 15. Oh, man.
That is 3rd and 15. Traylor will take the snap. Happy Feet gets a playoff. Wide open receiver down the middle is complete. He's at the 40, 35. Mark him down at the 32-yard line. There's the big play that they needed. Comes in the 4th quarter, and on the reception was Thomas DeFries.
Yeah, only one man to beat. A good job hawking him down, but still, that's a big chunk play. Give yourself a little bit of momentum and continue the strikes down the field. Good find. Really good find.
Traylor in the shotgun formation, takes the low snap, looks to throw right, has receiver, and it is complete to Baker. Baker makes the 5 or 6 yard reception. It's going to be a 2nd down. And again, he threw that ball just a little bit late because Thompson jumped on that football, almost had an interception.
Yeah, and that's been the curse of the whole night. He's just been a little bit late on his passes. Got to find those quick strikes, especially in the 2-minute offense.
Traylor will once again look to throw. He's going to scramble to his right with pass. It's going to be incomplete as he was looking for DeFries in the end zone. Couldn't find him, and it's going to be a 3rd down.
Yeah, the pass rush is just unbelievable. We could take a quick look at this throw and the reception. CJ right here. Speed. Heritage Christian hawks him down. Eagles.
DeFries, the wide receiver, got behind the defense. The linebackers played up on that play. And so now it's going to be a 3rd down and 5 for Scecina. Traylor in the shotgun formation once again. 2 receivers spread out to the bottom and top of your screen. He's going to go to the top of your screen. It's going to be complete to his receiver for 1st down, Terry McCormick Messer. And that's going to be a 1st down for the Crusaders.
That's a great set play right there. You have both of the leading receivers on one side. You let Mr. Big Shot, Mr. Baker on the far side go deep. And that's going to attract the safety long enough to open up that outside seam. It's a really good pass.
Traylor finding his rhythm here on this drive. Another pass out to the far side, low and dropped by Baker. And it's going to be a 2nd down and 10 for Heritage Christian. 9:49 to go in the 4th.
Baker again thinking about what he's going to do after the catch. Kind of didn't haul that one in time. Also a little bit of a low throw, but also still not too bad because the clock would have kept running if he would have stayed in bounds. Right now, just set it on that.
Quick pass out to the near side to his running back. That is complete in the hands of Jameson Wellborn. And we got a couple more scores becoming final. Let's go down to Sean Kroll. You mentioned Warsaw winning their 1st sectional championship. Is that right?
Yeah, congratulations to the Tigers. Their 1st sectional championship in school history, defeating Penn 35-18. There'll be a new champ in 3A as Chittard beats West Lafayette 42-14. And Marion and Mississinawa tied at 28 with 2 minutes to go.
That should be an exciting finish, as this one might be, if Traylor can find his way in the end zone, gets inside the 10. He's going to have enough for the 1st down, it seems, from the mark. And they're going to have their first and goal, Brent, of this entire game so far, and it comes 9 minutes left in the 4th.
Yeah, it's their best drive of the game. It's coming late in the game, and they've completely deserted the run. They've gone all pass. It's one of those things where you start to think to yourself, if you're a Scecina fan, why don't we pass the whole game? But you've got one of the best running backs in the state on your side.
Handoff to their bowling ball of a running back. Looks to be Elijah Phillips, 200 pounds, stands at 5'11", rumbles and bumbles his way to the 3-yard line after breaking a couple tackles. It's going to be 2nd down and goal. They're going to spread this Heritage Christian defense out on this play. Bottom of your screen, Jameson Wellborn. Baker stands at the top also with DeFries. Traylor is going to hand the ball off to Phillips, and Phillips this time is going to be stopped, but a flag is thrown as a helmet is down on the field.
Be interested to see if this is maybe a illegal chop block. I think a Scecina wide receiver just literally dove at the legs of a streaking Heritage Christian player, or no, they're going to walk it off. Face mask is what's called. That's why you saw the helmet on the ground.
So a face mask is called. Call made by head referee Rick Brown.
They've done a great job.
Yeah, umpire Craig Polican, linesman.
Clean game.
Hey, that's what we like. Linesman Mark Harlow, line judge Drew Frawley, and back judge Michael O'Connor. And right now, those gentlemen are going to huddle up now and talk about something where the ball is, the clock, and they seem to have gotten it resolved. Scecina will once again spread out this Heritage Christian offense. 2 receivers, top and bottom of your screen. That's Woods in the backfield. Trailer in the shotgun is going to take the snap, bubbles, screen, and go for a fake. It is incomplete, but a flag is thrown in the end zone. Yeah. And you would have to think it's going to be pass interference.
Yeah, you got to think it is. You know, you got Heckle out there trying to defend the pass. Yeah, I would have been fine with a run attempt again with having Tyshawn Woods out there. He's a little bit more, east to west, trying to find some space. Instead, a good job drawing that. That would have brought up a 3rd and goal in a tough situation to go. Now you've got 1st and goal settled right up there.
Trying to save clock.
Second goal. Yeah, trying to save clock as well with the passing plays. But you've got to make sure to get that ball in the end zone ASAP, and then try and get the ball back some way somehow.
We'll see if they can find the end zone here. They've got 15 seconds to do that on this play. Trailer's going to go under center this time. And he loses the snap. Low snap. Heritage Christian recovers the ball.
Yeah.
Heritage Christian recovers on a muffed snap between the center and quarterback exchange. It played a huge part for Heritage Christian in that first half. And now it bites Scecina here in the second.
And, Scecina's been going from the shotgun every play of tonight's game. Then all of a sudden you go under center. You've got to remember, hey, we're going to be under center. Let's watch this again. It's just a simple snap under center this time. And it looks like it's going to be a QB sneak the whole way. And Trailer just did not wash the ball completely into his hands. He wasn't really set up for the sneak. You want to have one leg behind you and make sure you're ready to push forward. He had both legs underneath him, and he's going to try and burst forward. That from the beginning was very difficult to have anything make happen.
Peyton Brown on the recovery of the fumble, and now it's going to be a handoff to Colton Brown. He does get out of the end zone, squirts his way to the 4-yard line. So it gets a gain of maybe about 2. I think that was actually taken by Peyton Brown, on the run. So recovers the football, then gets the first run play deep in their own territory. And you see Colton Brown there coming off bottom of your screen, still limping just a little bit. So with this 21-0 lead, we'll see if Coach Ray kind of wants to rest him a little bit and try to get that foot taken care of and have his brother ride out the rest of the game.
Yeah, and just 2 more runs is enough to really just completely try and take more and more clock out. Maybe you look for Scecina to take a timeout on 3rd down if they do keep it on the ground.
And Peyton Brown will once again get the carry, and he's going to be at the 4-yard line, and there's that timeout that you mentioned from Scecina. They're going to call it on a 3rd down and 9. We're going to go and take a quick break with them. Come back with us. 7:21 left in the 4th. You're watching IHSAA Sectional Football on Indiana SRN, presented by the Colts.
Today's games brought to you by Shen Technology Service Corporation. Technology is about humans and not about machines. Dave and his crew has provided 27 years of software needs. Give them a call. Shen Technology Service Corporation. You may reach him by phone at 317-545-3650 or shentechnology.com. For more information, contact Dave, 317-545-3650.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Welcome back to Heritage Christian as they have a 21-0 lead over Scecina, 7:21 before they're crowned sectional champions. Alongside Brent Young and sideline reporter Sean Kroll, I am Charles Benberry.
Western Boone did win 56-14.
As it is now a 3rd down and long for this Heritage Christian offense. They're going to throw the football right over the middle, Nate Thompson, and it is incomplete through his hands. It's going to bring up a 4th down, and we mentioned the winner of this goes on to regionals. They will play the winner of Western Boone and South Vermilion, where we just found out Western Boone did win that game. So it is Western Boone versus the winner of this one, and in the next 7-16, unless Scecina gets on a run here, looks to be they're going to face off against Heritage Christian.
Yeah, and Weibo is a very formidable foe. It's going to be a tough game next weekend for Heritage Christian. They're able to make it through. But, on that last play, I understand. Oh, wow. Oh, a smart decision there by Heritage Christian, actually.
They're going to kneel it in the end zone for a safety. So since the quarterback center exchange has been a little rough for both teams, they decide to not take any risk, give up 2 points here, and just punt a ball and then let Scecina move down the field. So
got a good update score.
Good points on the board, and we got another scoring update by Sean Kroll down on the sideline. Hopefully you're staying warm down there, buddy.
I am actually. Scecina kicks a 22-yard field goal with 1.9 seconds to go up 31-28 on Marion.
Wow. So that could be Marion's season ender right there on a 22-yard field goal. Comes with 1 second left. They're going to have to return the ball and hope to get in the end zone on some trick plays down there. And, Sean, you had all these updates for us. And, a lot of these teams, you mentioned Warsaw winning their first sectional game. And, a lot of new sectional champions going to be out there. We got a lot of good games coming up next week for regionals.
Well, some fantastic games. Elkhart Central and Mishawaka coming down to the wire. Like we talked about, Warsaw rushed for 433 yards on Penn. That just never happens.
Wow. And that's a lot for a game. 433 yards rushing is a feat if you have, and I assume that's, multiple backs or multiple players rushing for that, but that's still a lot of yardage to give up.
Yeah, they call that video game numbers where I'm at. EA Sports hopefully going to be bringing back NCAA football. That'd be fantastic, and I'd be able to put up that many rushing yards. That'd be a lot of fun to do.
Bo Jackson Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah, it's a little bit of Tecmo Bowl. Very nice.
So after the safety, Heritage Christian does surrender 2 points. They're going to kick the ball off with some more room. It's going to be kicked off at the 20. And King puts his foot into the ball. Scecina should get some good field position as Tyshawn Wills will receive it himself, rushes up the middle. He's going to get inside the 50, mark him at the 45-yard line. So we saw the passing attack for Scecina really work that last drive. Got all the way down to the 2-yard line and fumbled, and that's where Heritage Christian recovered. So we'll see if they they're going to have to pass the ball. I think running is really out of the game plan right now. You got to get the ball in the end zone.
You look at some big plays in this game. First off, the blocked punt leading to a recovery in the end zone. You knock that out of bounds. You've got only 2 points instead of the touchdown, as you mentioned. And then, right there, Scecina knocking on the door to score. So say you hold him to the safety, Scecina scores the game, gets a 2-point conversion. They're getting the ball back with only one touchdown, an extra point needed to tie the game. But, right now it's just a little bit too much, less time to make something happen.
Trailer is looking for Baker, and he makes the catch down inside the 15-yard line. Mark him down to the 14, and you have to remember also, start off the second half, Baker dropped an easy touchdown where he had his defender beat. That time he makes up for it a little bit by making the catch. It's going to be a first down for Scecina. Baker is lined up at the bottom of your screen.
Way more difficult catch there, too.
Trailer all across the middle. It is complete to his receiver on a stick route. Liam Wright makes the catch. And it's going to be a second down as the ball is inside the 10-yard line. Good gain of about 6 or 7.
Yeah, you got to just continue to go quick passes. I might take a strike here in the end zone real quick, and if it goes incomplete, it goes incomplete. You talk about on third down, but you got to score. This clock is continuing to quick.
And Trailer gets the low snap, fumbles it. He's going to run it himself. Breaks a tackle inside the 5, dives to about the 3-yard line, He's going to have enough for the first down, so a broken play ends up being a first down for Scecina. And now they quickly get to the line of scrimmage. That clock will start once everyone is ready, and that is now. Ball's marked at the 3-yard line for a first down. 2 receivers, top of your screen, 2 at the bottom. Trailer stands in the shotgun. Woods next to him. Pump fakes. Has receiver wide open. Good-looking play. Good-looking touchdown for Scecina. Terry McCormick Messer on the reception.
Yeah, that is, if you're going to draw it up, that is the best way that you could do it. Just boom, boom, quick. That was a great job getting it there quickly and finishing in the end zone. And now you either kick the extra point, give you 9, you're down 12, or you can go with the 2-point conversion. You get two-point conversions as we look here.
Look at the pump fake there as you saw.
Yeah, was able
that
to draw
really
him.
fooled Thompson. Yep, Thompson thought the slant was coming, the pump fake, and he found Terry McCormick Messer in the end zone. They are going to go for 2 here, so bottom of your screen, Thomas DeFries has a size advantage. Baker at the top. McCormick in motion from right to left. He's going to look to the right. Now he's going to scramble and now throws, and it is incomplete. But there are 3 flags thrown in the end zone. It's going to be a pass interference.
Yeah. I believe Echo was just holding on to him, or it might be a pick play. I believe they're going to call a pass interference on the defense. Yeah. So Echo probably just grabbed him when he was trying to find an opening. You saw it was a typical New England Patriots play. Trying a quick pick, and you find the man on the outside in the corner of the end zone. So, now you pick up the penalty, get a little bit closer to the end zone, and see exactly what's going to happen.
So now this is half the distance to the goal, so it's now marked at about the 2 or 3 yard line. Once again, quarterback is under center. Wildcat, a low snap. Woods is going to take it, trying to maneuver his way in the end zone. He's fighting, he's pushing. Will he get there? They're going to say no. So the 2-point conversion is no good. Score will stand 21-8. Heritage Christian, 6 minutes away from being sectional champs. Will they win it? Find out next here on Indiana SRN.
Your home and office make up a big part of your world. Sometimes trying to manage it all on your own can make you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. And when the weight of the world is on your shoulders, you need a strong back or two to come to your rescue and haul your stress away. You need the College Hunks. Whether it's time to clear some space for new memories, to reinvent the room around you, or to simply pack up and move into a fresh new beginning, you can count on the Hunks to bear your burden so you don't have to. Let us move you today.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
So Scecina finally gets on the board. We'll see if they do a squib kick here. On one side they do, and it's going to be taken at the 50. Good hands there by Harrison Waltz. Heritage Christian will try to milk this clock here. They've got 6 minutes before they're crowned sectional champions. It'll be the 3rd one in school history if they can just milk this clock.
Yeah, and it'd be probably 3 first downs, and that's going to be all she wrote. And you just see just another good play this time on special teams, just a simple recovery of an onside kick, one of the most exciting plays in all of sports. Right there with and you see it. It's hard for the kicking team to accomplish it, but a great job and a pretty solid kick. If that would have bounced off him awkwardly, it would have been able to be recovered. Instead, just a great job making sure you gather it and you pick it up.
A Wildcat formation once again for Heritage Christian in the hands of Peyton Brown. He got rocked right there up the middle. Still gets a gain of about 4 or 5, so good run there from Peyton Brown. Milton stands on the sideline. And so now if you're Scecina, you know the run's coming. They're trying to milk the clock. You need to get a 3-and-out here. And if you score again, you're right back in this game.
3-and-out, and you've got to hold up the ball carrier and try and strip the football as well. This is, you're down 2 scores. You've got to make sure you get the football back any way you can and as quickly as you can. So, try and hold them up and strip the football.
Colton Brown on the rush this time. He gets very close to that first down marker. Doesn't get it, so it's going to be a 3rd down and 1. And you saw there, Brent, that they didn't snap that ball off right there immediately. They kind of waited for that play clock, got down all the way to about 5 or 10 seconds, trying to take off as much time as they possibly can.
And you saw Brown not try and fight for extra yardage on that play as well. He just went down immediately and knew, hey, let's just pick up yardage. I don't want to fumble this football.
3rd down and 1, 10 seconds on the play clock. It's taken by Peyton Brown. Peyton Brown very close to that first down marker. They're going to say he does not make it. So 4th down and a timeout will be taken, I believe, by Scecina. It is. We're going to keep it here, and this is a crucial play here for Heritage Christian, Brent, because if you go forward and you don't get it, Scecina gets the ball back. But if you do get the first down, it's almost pretty much won by Heritage Christian. So, does Coach Ray want to ice it or put your defense back out there and risk not giving up another touchdown?
I might be different, but what I do is I go for it. I want to instill confidence in my team, let them know, hey, guys, I know my offensive line is going to block. I know that, I know if Brown, you get it, you're going to run forward, you're going to pick up that first down. I'm looking at them and I'm telling them that. I'm saying, let's put this game away and let's head to the regionals and let's try and go all the way to state. But that's what I would do. Let's see what Heritage Christian would do.
They break the huddle, and it does look like the offense is going to stay out on the field. Coach Ray having faith in his offense. They only need 1 yard, if that. It's going to be the Wildcat formation, so run is coming. Scecina knows that they have 8 men in the box. Safety help comes down to stop the run. 4th down and 1. Peyton Brown is the quarterback in this Wildcat formation, and before we can get a play off, looks like a timeout called Heritage Christian. Well, if you do like our coverage that we do here, make sure you follow us on all social media platforms, but especially on Twitter. Never miss an upcoming game. Again, follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. We've got coverage of all the high school football games going on. Basketball season is starting, I believe, next week. So we've got basketball coming up here soon. And I believe, girls, actually, basketball starts tomorrow here at Heritage Christian. And are we still looking for 1,000 follower?
Yeah, we are 47 away.
So we're 47 followers away. Make sure you like us on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, all the social media platforms. Of our 1,000th follower, we'll get an Aspen Creek gift card. And I mean, we both had Aspen Creek actually.
Yes,
and
I have.
It's the food there is to die for.
I say, pow wow my shrimp, pow wow shrimp, bada bing bada boom. Very tasty, very good. You can get a steak. You can get, you can get anything you want at the Aspen Creek Grill. It's fantastic. Follow. If you're the 1,000, you get $55.
We might go there after because Colton Brown gets the first down for Heritage Christian. Clock continues to move, and this offense for Heritage Christian stays out on the field. And none other to give the ball to than your offensive engine, Colton Brown.
Just unbelievably resilient play there by Colton Brown. He is hobbled. We talked about it. We touched on it. He is hobbled, but when he has that ball in his hands and he knows he's got to pick up some yardage for the first down, he becomes determined. It becomes as if he's not, he's the most spry he's ever been in his life and boost forward and pick up the first down. It's a great job running by him. He's able to pick it up. And now clock is going to be eaten up.
So we've got 4:13 to go here. And again, we've got 10 seconds left. Heritage Christian not in any hurry to get this play off. They do. So Colton Brown right up the middle, gains of about 3 yards. And expect to hear his name and Peyton Brown's name coming up here in the next 3:50 in this game.
So, as you just continue to go, I'm not sure how much there's going to be as far as timeouts and when they're going to be taken by Scecina. I would imagine it's going to be right before a 3rd down opportunity or a 4th down opportunity because, you got to use them wisely. This clock, though, is just going to be gone. This game is really close to just being all she wrote.
Another Wildcat formation for Heritage Christian. Inside handoff to Peyton Brown. We mentioned it earlier, Brent, about the tournament history. They're 21-16 in tournament history. They've won sectionals twice. All of this came in 2008, and they look to be on their way to win another sectional championship as Scecina has called their final timeout with 3:17 to go here.
Yeah, it's going to be, all odds are pointing towards Heritage Christian heading on to next week and having the opportunity to make it to semi-state. You look back at this team. Throughout the season, they continue to build strength. They've got a fantastic defense on their side. They've got a great offense, both running the football and passing the ball. We only said Harrison Eccles' name maybe once in this game. He's a bona fide great high school wide receiver. Look for him to have a couple of plays in the regional game that make you say, okay, wow, Harrison Eccles is the best receiver on this team. It's just a lot of good players on this Heritage Christian Ball Club, and they've got the opportunity right in front of them to pick up one more first down, put this away, or just rely on the defense.
Milton is going to look to throw the football. It's going to be incomplete, so it's going to be fourth down. And, looking through my notes here, Heritage Christian's last loss came September 6th.
Right.
That was versus Guerin, 23-5.
Yep.
And so they've been over a month of where they've won football games and won it decisively. And, they've got another victory here tonight. And, this team believes, talking to Coach Ray pregame, first thing I said was, you guys ready? And he goes, I can come out here and I have all the faith in my guys. I know my guys are going to come out here ready to go. And they came out and played a very tough Scecina opponent because we mentioned Tyshawn Woods and David Baker, both playmakers. And Heritage Christian really bottled those guys up.
Yep. You also said they're very loose. In a game like this, the most important thing is just to have a ball club that is loose. And you see that punt right at the 1 yard line, an unbelievable punt. Wow.
A great punt there to really back up Scecina after one. They're going to have to go 99 yards to try to put a score on the scoreboard. And, again, you have that David Baker pass that was complete. I look for that to go on again because 3 minutes left. I mean, if they do score, this game is not over, Brent.
No.
So, but they have to score very quickly here. You get a 99-yard touchdown pass from the first play to Baker. You save a bunch of clock.
Right.
And you're right back in this game. All you need is an onside kick.
Yeah, and it's going to be tough, though, because you also have the defense, pinning their ears back, looking to try and make something happen in the end zone to get a safety and put this one away. But actually, it's going to be, there's nothing going on that.
And now you saw Harrison Eckel there defensively on Baker now. So they've moved Thompson off of Baker, bringing in a bigger guy. Harrison Eckel again stands at 6'5". Baker stands at 6'2". So now you have the size advantage there. And, looking Baker's way, definitely. But if you're Trailer, you're in the end zone, that ball has to be out. There's no way you take a safety here.
Right. There's no way. I don't know if you maybe try and go with a run here and then quickly get up to it just to keep the defense honest. Because, right now that pass rush is just coming way too strong.
They're on their way towards Trailer once again. Pass to Baker is complete, and he's going to scamper out of bounds to about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, smart play getting out of bounds. And right now he's getting a little heckling from the sidelines. When you're a big-time player, you're going to be a target of the fan section. And right now it's a tough time going for Scecina so deep in their own territory.
Crowd consents. They're right there for sectionals. Trailer looks to throw deep again. It looked like his arm was set on the throw. It's going to fall incomplete. And so now it's 4th down and 2. Seems like the season rides on this play right here, Brent.
Yep.
They don't have to pass on 4th and 2. They're close where they can run the football.
Right.
But we'll see what they want to do. Heritage Christian, one play away from being sectional champs. 2:44 to go in the 4th. Trailer will stand in the shotgun. Wood stands to his left. Baker, bottom of your screen. 3 receivers at the top. Trailer will take the snap. Look to throw right across the middle of the field. Not intercepted, but defense by Peyton Brown. And that is about all she wrote for Scecina.
Yep, and it's going to be some runs. You might be able to even get it into the end zone one more time, but, there's 2:40 left on the clock. Just a fantastic job by the Heritage Christian defense like they've done all game, other than one long drive by Scecina their last time they had the football. They have been extremely stout. It has been a fantastic ball game as well from Ethan Lowry. You got to tip your cap to him, but the defense as a whole has kept Scecina completely at bay the entire game, and they're the reason that they're going to be moving on to the next round.
And if you're Coach Ray, you don't want to go out of bounds.
No.
You're going to run the ball, but if you get to the outside, fall inbounds, keep that clock moving. Don't give Scecina any opportunity to try to score as the ball's going to be handed off to Peyton Brown up the middle. He's dragging defenders inside the 10-yard line all the way down to the 6. So it's going to be 2nd and goal. And more importantly, that clock is just tick, 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 moving down.
Yeah, and they cannot – the reason why they aren't out in the victory formation is because they cannot bring the game all the way to the end with the amount of clock and with the play clock involved as well. It's going to be really, really close, but they can't take it all the way down by just simply kneeling.
And we'll see if they want to score. They're close at the 6. They might decide not to score the football, but another shotgun formation. It's going to be handoff to Peyton Brown up the middle inside the 5. Scampers to about the 4. So gain of about 2. So it's going to be a 3rd down. Difference between the play and the game clock second-wise is just about 10 seconds. So if they ran it all the way down, it would be just about 1:03 left on the clock.
And then you do one of those scamper around backwards for 25 seconds, and then you can run it out.
I mean, that's a good way to get that clock run down if that's what you're looking to do. I expect another inside handoff to Peyton Brown here. Milton stands in the shotgun. He's going to throw a fader out to Eckel in the end zone. He caught it. Did he get a foot in? He did. Touchdown, Heritage Christian.
Why not? Why not? Why not just have that leading into the next round? A little bit of confidence instilled back into Harrison Eckel. That connection again. We mentioned Eckel's going to have a big play in the regional game. Why not have it come one game earlier and just carry it on to the regional game? Just, another great pass, putting it only where his receiver can catch it. And that's just an exclamation point on a fantastic ball game for the Eagles.
3 touchdown passes for Max Milton. The only reception from Harrison Eckel came right there on a touchdown. Look at the fader out. Once again, surprised they threw it, but Milton fakes the handoff and then his second fader out of the game. And look at the footwork there by Harrison Eckel. Got it in. Almost running over the cameraman down there on the sideline. But, Heritage Christian, they played well defensively. They held their main players up for Scecina. And we mentioned they're going to go 11-1. Their 3rd sectional championship comes tonight. And you got to feel good for these players here. Max Milton, Colton Brown, Harrison Eckel, Peyton Brown, Ethan Lowry. They all played their hearts out tonight. And they're going to go on to regionals to face off against Western Boone.
Yeah, and you've got to also remember, this is a bit of a psyche for them as, the last game these two played was in the sectionals last year, and Scecina won that game 47-26. So, a little bit in the psyche of Heritage Christian. They remember how much they lost by, how difficult of a game it was against a really good Scecina team last season. And right now they're getting not only a sectional championship, but they're getting a little bit of revenge as well. It's got to feel good to be a Heritage Christian Eagle.
So they are 1:10 away from doing that alongside Brent Young and sideline reporter Sean Kroll. I am Charles Benberry. Again, 1:10 left for Heritage Christian to be sectional champions. And, I think at the beginning of the year, every team has, their aspires and their dreams of going all the way. And, talking to Coach Ray, he said this is probably the best team that he's really had. In the leadership, he really didn't have to do much. The players really took that upon themselves. And, the leaders of this team, both the Brown brothers, Colton and Peyton, they've really played their hearts out tonight. And you can just see the leadership, grow. And Colton Brown's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
So if he's this good now, he's got 2 more years to be even better for him. And, he rushed over 1,700 yards on the year, which, is a great feat for a sophomore.
Yeah, and he's had his older brother been able to lead him and show him the way. And now it's, he's going to take the keys to the car and he's going to continue to try and drive it. And, it's an awesome situation for these two kids to be able to have have each other really boost forward and head into the sectional championship and win the ball game, take a trophy home with them, and have the opportunity to advance and try and make more of the season.
Heritage Christian does boot the ball away, and it's going to be muffed by Scecina, but still taken in. And you see the shiftiness there by Daquan Stennis, trying to make something out of nothing there. Going to be marked at the 19-yard line. And with a minute left, Brent, I'm kind of interested to see if they're still going to push the ball down the field.
Yeah.
Or if they're going to just kind of run it.
With IHSAA, it's going to be an interested decision to see, if he kind of just lets, kind of feels this game's done. But I don't think he's going to give up yet. I think they're going to try and boost it forward, make the most of it, put in the seniors, let them have one last go around, and go from there.
So Scecina breaks the huddle, 2 receivers moving to the bottom of your screen. Pistol formation this time for Trailer, low snap, hands off to Woods, that's Stennis, and Stennis is going to get inside the 22 to 21-yard line. Want to pass along some good luck here, Brent.
Yep.
Heritage Christian Volleyball is in the finals tomorrow.
Awesome.
So that starts at 1 p.m. on IHSAA Network. So, good luck to them. They're looking for the championship there. And, volleyball is winding down, and girls basketball also starts tomorrow.
Yep.
Boys basketball starting next week. So once football season is dying down, basketball season is picking up. We're constantly being busy here.
It's an exciting time to be a sports fan, as they say. College football, college basketball, NBA. Everywhere you look, there are sports, and especially here in the IHSAA, in the IHSAA football tournament. Big congratulations to Heritage Christian.
10 seconds left. Scecina does not look to run off a play. Coach Ray gets the Gatorade bath. 3rd sectional championship for this Heritage Christian team, the first since 2008. This team is special. They're going to face off against Western Boone next week for regionals. And I think as a coach, you always dream of getting that Gatorade bath. And Coach Ray, in his 4th year here, has won his 27th game. He's 27-15 now in his 4th year. And, he's obviously proud for this accomplishment, but, he's way more proud of the students and the players on this team that have really played their hearts out this year.
Yeah, and you just see the joy that they had, the Gatorade shower, just the bond that they have all been able to form. It's something special, and they don't want it to end now. They want it to keep going. And it's going to. This is a special team. They're doing a lot of special things.
So Heritage Christian defeats Scecina 27-18 to go on to regionals. I don't know about you, Brent, but my hands are really cold, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off and find some warmth here. Alongside the sideline reporter, Sean Kroll, our production team, cameraman, Jerry Collins, and alongside you, Brent Young, I am Charles Benberry saying stay inspired. And you were watching IHSAA football presented by the Colts on Indiana SRN.